And we're back.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. The I Don't Drink Coffee podcast. I'm Ben Klein, Lucas Johnson, and our very special guest, one of my favorite people of all time on this earth. And that's not a joke. I truly, truly mean it. She's someone that's very special to me. My niece, Brinley Jesselyn.
Boom. Hope you wanted that out
She
there.
is currently in high school. She's a cheerleader. She is very pretty.
Well-mannered.
Well-mannered. Very well-spoken. Very smart. Very funny. She's very...
It's very good.
And she is
Thank
the
goodness.
one that braids my beard. So if you ever see any of my pictures on Instagram or on our whatever, and my beard is braided, beard is braided. See, I'm already fumbling my words.
I'll cut that out.
I'm not cutting it out. So if you ever see my beard braided or whatever, she's the one that, or in a ponytail, she's the one that does it.
Yep.
So, Brinley Jesselyn, and a little disclaimer before we get started. I own a lot of guns. I own a lot of knives. And,
You
yeah.
own a lot of knives?
Yeah.
Is this real?
Yeah.
Why? It's odd.
But like kitchen knives don't count.
Oh, kitchen knives don't count?
No.
I don't have very many knives. So
Well, if we're counting kitchen knives, I have a lot of knives.
no, I keep a close eye on her. Okay.
Oh, I get where you're going with this.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
She won't, no.
Nobody's scared of you. It's all right.
They should be.
Hate to break it to you.
They should be. I've scared a lot of her friends one night.
It's true. He has.
See?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a jump scare, though.
So, episode 20,
Yeah.
February 10th, 2020. Brinley wanted to be the 20th guest.
Here she is.
So here she is. It took us a little while to get here because
Yeah.
I remember when we first started this podcast, I said, you need to come on. And you were like, I want to be a good number. And 50,
That's a long ways away.
it's a long ways away. Hopefully not, actually. Hopefully we get there sooner than later. Hopefully
Well,
we start.
if I could
pumping
get
this
you to
out.
podcast, we'd already be there. You know what I'm saying?
Don't believe anything he's
One of these
saying.
days. One of these days.
Don't
50.
believe anything he's saying.
Dude, what are we going to do? We need to do something for... this is kind of a milestone, you know what I'm saying? This is
I
good.
know.
I'm glad you're on here for
That's
this.
that's why I said number 20 is great.
That feels like a lot. 20 is, to me, like that just all of a sudden seems like a lot. I didn't know we had done... And even though I knew the last one was 19, I didn't think about it. Now
And
20 is this big number.
Think about like the average time it takes us to do a podcast.
Oh, good
The average
grief.
time we've spent in this room right here
Oh,
over the last.
I've spent more time here than with my family. So I want to know, first thing, you go to McAllister High School. So like in the hallways and stuff like that, what, between classes, let's say,
Right.
what's it like navigating from one class to another in that high school? The reason I ask is I went to a small high school. So there was like, how many people? There was like 78 people in my graduating class.
Yeah.
So what's it like in a high school like that? I mean, is it like in the movies where everybody's crowded and there's like this one kid throwing paper balls at people and
I mean,
boys and girls are hanging all over each other in the corner? And
yeah, it's pretty chaotic.
is it?
Yes. A lot of people trying to get place to place. You have to like squeeze through the rows of people to get to your classes.
So there's no sort of flow to it or anything? Everybody just kind of
I mean-
randomly going through?
We stay like, people going one way, they're on the right side.
Yeah.
But
Like how you drive, you be in
Yeah.
the right lane or whatever?
everybody just kind of naturally goes to that side, but it's still very...
It's hard to get there if your
Yes.
locker's on the left side of the hallway, and you
Yes.
got to cross
You
over.
just got to put your
get in the
blinker
right
on
lane.
and go across the lane of traffic.
Yeah.
Well, I was just curious because I've never been to that school. I've been there, but not when people are there, I guess, during
Yeah.
school or whatever. So I was wondering, oh, that's weird. I was just kind of curious if it was like the movies, because I see these big high schools on, I hate to call McAllister a big town because to me
Yeah.
it's big, but it's not to,
Yeah.
I guess, people from like Oklahoma City, you'd be like, oh, really? But it's just, I in my mind, I picture it, because like I have a son that's a year older than you. And whenever and I don't know why I spend time wondering what it'd be like for him to walk around the high school, but whenever I think about it, because he's taller than most people, I imagine like his big head sticking up above everybody else, you know what I mean? Like walking through this crowd of people. And
Do you ever see him at high school?
No, I don't see him.
Really?
Which
See, that's crazy.
But the thing is, I'm at KTC in the mornings. And so whenever I get to the high school, my classes are like in one corner. So you have the whole high school, and I have 3 classes at the high school.
Oh, so you got it lucky because
Yes.
some kids have to travel from their
Yes.
locker
Yeah.
a mile or 2 miles to get to their class, it seems.
Yeah, I don't even know where my locker is.
Huh?
Yeah, no idea where it is.
wow.
Because you never use it?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
Which I'm pretty sure it's like on the complete other side of the high school, so there's no point in me to use it if I'm
Right.
only at the high school for 3 hours and having to go all the way back over
So
there.
your assigned locker is empty right now,
Yes,
and you don't know the combination.
right.
It's got somebody's stuff in it, I'll bet, from years past. Somebody left something in there and then nobody's cleaned it out, I bet.
Surely they go clean them out every year, don't they?
Yeah, I don't know.
Supposedly.
Really? You going to go to every locker and clean it out?
Listen, I still have, I would say it's a nightmare. I still have nightmares about having to clean my locker out at the end of the school year.
Nobody does it.
And not
No.
getting it all. Like I'm trying to get it all out. And I still dream about it. I still dream about not being able to find my class. I still dream about getting a bad grade. I don't appreciate it.
Wow.
I wish I could stop.
It's sad,
Yeah.
bruh.
I know.
Well, hold on a minute. I want to
Tell
go
me
back.
about
I want to
it.
go back because I'm curious about now KTC. That's Kamishi Technology Center.
Yes.
Okay, what are you doing over there?
I'm in the biomed program. So last semester I took Principles of Biomedical Science, AP Biology, and Algebra 2. And then this semester I'm in Human Body Systems in the other 2 classes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That stuff's interesting.
Yeah, it's really cool. We get to do a lot of dissections. We've dissected so far a heart and a brain,
What kind of heart and brain?
sheep.
Ah,
Yes.
yeah, cool.
Now, do
So
they kill these animals just so you can?
Oh Lord,
I don't know. They come
are you
in
kidding me?
a thing, and there's bags of the brains and hearts and stuff. So, I mean, whenever we had the tours, the younger kids coming, like 8th graders and freshmen, she called Kay's Meat Market and asked them for lungs, all that
Ugh.
different. Yeah.
And they get them?
Yeah. She said it was for biomed, and they gave them to her.
Well, I mean, I think it's a great idea. It's a great thing.
You ever dissected an animal or any organs or anything like that in school?
I have dissected a human brain.
A human.
Anyway, have you ever dissected anything in school?
I'm not kidding.
How? What was the context?
I was on a vocal music trip, and in
Sounds like a
between
about
huge
this.
lie.
in between songs, in between performances or whatever, me and a couple of my friends were walking hallways at a university, and we were walking different buildings. Like we'd go in the building and see if we could see anything cool. Well, we opened the door. I told the story the other day, just a couple days ago to her.
Yeah.
And we opened the door, and there's a lot of dead animals, mounted animals. And we were like, oh, okay, let's walk through this building. So we were walking through, we're looking at all and then we hit the elevator. We go up to the second floor, and we could smell, come to find out, the formaldehyde.
Yeah.
But it was a different, smell, of course. It stunk. So we were like, okay, what's going on? So we were walking through. I walked right past the door and stopped and backed up. And I was like, am I seeing, is this for real? And there was a human body on a table, and there was some, I guess medical students or whatever that were surrounding it. And the main guy in there, I guess he's a doctor or whatever. He's like, come on in. Right. So he took the saw, and he cut the skull, took the top off, pulled the brain out, handed it to me. And I held it. Right. Bam. The brain. And so he went around and he was showing us all kinds of stuff on this body.
Did he do anything to the brain before he took it out of there?
I don't
Cut
remember.
anything loose?
I don't remember
Possibly the
exactly.
brain stem? that would be
Well-
connected to?
Well, of
Spinal
course. but
cord. Spinal cord.
I'm trying to. Oh, you want me to get real technical and everything? You show me like everything.
Yes, because it sounds made up. Because you're like this. Well, it was kind of like
Well,
a
it's
Tonka
definitely
toy.
not made
He just
up.
opened this up and pulled this out and handed it to me. It was awesome.
I sped the story up. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of parents were not happy that we did this. Now mine were fine, but when they got back, when we told everybody, we're like, oh yeah, go over there, all these dead bodies and everything. Well, it got back to some people's parents, and
Yeah.
they were like, they caused a big uproar in the school. I'm like, it was a big
Why?
deal.
I wonder what was
I
the
really
problem.
don't know. I honestly
I'd
don't
like to talk to
know
those
why.
people and
Yeah.
find out why does it matter to you?
Right. I mean, it
Because
was
physiology is like the most interesting thing. I mean, it
Yeah.
has to do with us. You know what I'm saying? It's very
Yeah.
interesting to me.
Right. And so I'll never forget it. It was a great experience for me. There's more to it, but I'm just saying.
Did you? So he handed you the brain
Yeah. I
with
held
no
it.
gloves on.
No, I had gloves on.
Okay.
Okay. And what did you do with it?
I just held it.
What did it feel like?
I don't know what it felt like. I
How-
holding
Do
a
you remember?
How big
not
was
really.
it? Because like the sheep brain is like about
way
that
bigger
big.
than that.
Way bigger than
Yes, way bigger than
that. The
that.
sheep brain's small.
Was it?
Yeah.
And they're don't they have like one of the smallest brains?
They have a pretty small brain, yeah.
Smallest brain compared to what though? Because a frog's brain's real small.
That's true.
Okay. So
Well,
compared to a
animal-
human brain?
No, compared to an animal of its size. I think they have
Like a
small
mammal?
brains compared to other
I think a sheep and a deer and a goat are all going to have
about the same brain.
well, what
size brain.
I would say comparatively is the same size. I don't know.
Yeah.
My first experience with a brain was with a deer brain
Right.
because I was raised up in the country, and
But you're not a cowboy.
No, I'm not. And so whenever they cut the horns off the top of this deer's head, they cut like a notch out for the horns to come off, and there's his brain. And I was like, it looked like
You thought you were going to have to dig a mile down there to get to the brain, and it was right there.
No, I just didn't ever expect to see brains for real, because this wasn't preserved. This was right out of an animal that had been alive like 6 hours before or
But
5
you've
hours
seen a
before,
lot of dead animals before, right?
but not their brains.
Oh, so
For me, it's
you were just shocked to see the brain.
well, the brain to me, and psychologically for me, it has like this. That's where everything happens. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's weird. Like I don't understand how people can eat it, or you know what I mean. I'm not. I don't get it.
Yeah, seeing organs, like going through it, it's weird. Like whenever the tourist came through, she had lungs set up and had them to where you could pump air into them. And seeing how
yeah.
that works, it like makes you,
It's weird. Yeah.
it's weird.
Did it make you queasy?
Not really, no. The first time we ever did a dissection, I don't remember. I feel like we did a smaller one, but it might have been the heart. We were all kind of queasy. But now it's, we're going to dissect a cow eye soon since we're in more anatomy-based class. And I mean, it's normal.
So you've done sheep.
Yeah.
You dissected a sheep
Yeah.
Brain.
brain.
Yes.
And these lungs, what are they?
They were probably cow lungs because it was from the K's meat market.
Dude,
Those are-
we did cats in. I took a physiology class and we dissected cats,
Mm-hmm.
and I was trying to think what we dissected in high school. There was something I don't remember now.
I was like,
The
I
cat was
did not
cool
know.
because they'd injected latex in all of it, so
Mm.
you could tell the difference between veins and vessels and da da da
Yeah.
da. So that part was cool. So
That's what they do. They inject latex into it to.
it's different colors, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you can see them, right? Or they'd all be like a grayish, yucky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, what I learned that day was this cadaver, this person chose to be that
Yeah.
for somebody, for these people to
Yeah.
learn from. So, Brinley,
Yes.
it's an eye opener.
For sure. Yeah.
Well, now, okay, you said biomed. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay, so are you headed somewhere specifically with, I mean, you got a career path already picked out or just,
I really want to be a doctor. Either a pediatrician or like a nurse, physician assistant, something like that.
cool,
Yep.
cool. Well, as far as,
Why?
Because I think it's cool. The whole thing about it is like the medicine and how the body works. That's very like interesting to me, and knowing how muscles and joints like coincide with each other and all of that stuff. it's interesting to me. And all of that stuff, I've learned a lot about it in just this semester. I can, bones and all that stuff, I know what they are. And so, and helping people, I think that's really cool. So, get to do that on a daily basis.
It's well, I'm not a nurse, but I did do some like nurse aid stuff for a while, and you do get to help people. It's a funny thing because okay, like my wife's a nurse. I have an uncle that's been a nurse for
Yeah.
20 something years. Got a couple of aunts that are nurses. Yeah, well, I was talking about nursing though, because, for
okay.
specific because like okay, a doctor is you're gonna interact with patients, but if you like hardcore interaction with
Yeah.
people, then doctors don't do that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I mean, that's more the nurses and the nurse aides. They all, and it's not glamorous whatsoever. But if I'll tell you what though, I ended up liking it a lot more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I thought it was going to be. So it's one of those things I would highly recommend. Like if you got serious about being a nurse per se or whatever, you might like go down and like hang out and work at a hospital or something like
Yeah.
that and see. Not saying you can't do it.
Yeah.
Not saying you won't love it. It's just something that you can't be ready for until
Right.
you're in there.
Yeah.
Would you have to do that type of work initially to become what you want to become?
What type of work?
Nursing work, that
Probably.
kind of stuff.
I mean, residency. It'll look good if I have on my resume if I have jobs as helping in hospitals. Help me get into medical school. Help me.
Heck yeah.
Well, some of the stuff that you had to do, I don't want any part of. But to think of
Well,
how
I was very ground floor in the medical field. You know what I'm saying? I was
Right.
like very
well, that's
base
what I'm
level.
saying. But just that kind of stuff, you helping people that need it. I know some people that you said would be like, didn't necessarily need it.
Yeah.
Could have done it themselves.
Lots of times, yeah.
Right. So, but people that actually need it, and for someone like you or anyone else that's in the field that can help people like that on a daily basis, that's huge.
Oh, I got to say, it's the most gratifying, and that's what I was saying. I didn't realize whenever I got into it is how much I was able to look past like the grossness
stuff.
of it,
Yeah.
and just go, this person needs help. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I mean, they need help, so
Yeah.
you help them. On that side of it's cool. I didn't really know what to expect, so that's why I recommended you like going and trying to do
Yeah.
some of it. Not to say you won't like it, you might love it. You know what I'm saying, or
Yeah.
whatever. But it was different. You know what I mean? It's like Ben and I talked about playing little kids playing football. It's like one thing to talk about it and to see it. And this is a lot different to be in the middle of it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're like, I did not think this is what this was going to be. You know what I'm saying? It was so much more. I really love that work. I mean, I honestly enjoyed it, every bit of it. And I've been in some really gross situations. I'm talking about, oh my gosh. But as many times that I've been in situations that were funny.
But the way you look at those gross situations is it's something that's got to be done.
Well,
Yeah.
something specific is like I helped and when I worked at McAllister Hospital, I helped the wound care nurse, and that's all she did was wound care. That's it.
Yeah.
And I helped her, and it was awesome. Like
Yeah.
it was the coolest thing. I don't know how you could call that work. Like it was the most engaging thing I had ever been a part of. And all I was doing was like handing sterile gauze or, doing little things,
Yeah.
helping whatever she needed. If she needed me to hold something, I would hold it down and, or whatever. And, but just watching that work, like, how you get the healing process started and all this kind of thing. Dude, it was like crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that stuff, it was very gratifying. So I could see why you would be, if I was smart like you are, I would definitely want to get into it.
Yeah.
I, unfortunately, am just a big dumb
Idiot.
monkey. You know what I mean? I'm just a big dummy. So it's can be the most rewarding thing. Well, your grandfather is a perfect example of someone though that always took his job, or from what I saw, and people that I know that were his patients and things like that, took it serious, wanted to help people, has always done the best that he can to help people.
Yeah.
Legit help.
Yeah.
You know, and those I wish there were more doctors like him. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, because I ran into both. You know, I mean, there'd be some doctors that were legit trying to help people, and then there were people that were just like, they would come in there, they would do what they had to do because they were trying to go play
Yeah.
golf.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They were just like, oh my God, why did you do that? I said, no.
Yeah.
It's like slam the paper down and walk out, you know, and you're
Yeah.
like, what a jerk. You know, yeah, they're not trying to help anybody, you know.
Right.
They just muscled through school and, you know, stayed in there long enough to become a doctor and then went on with their life or
Yeah.
whatever. So I don't know why I went on that big long rant about it, but it's something that I enjoyed enough that I get excited whenever somebody talks about getting into it, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because I'm like, I wish I had somebody else's brain so that I could actually do it, you know what I mean? I have to do oil field stuff because it's like, me go work, you know what I mean? You don't have to be smart to do what I do. So it's
You gotta be pretty smart to do what you do.
No.
Don't act like you're not one of the best at your job.
it takes, I've been doing it forever. You know what I'm saying? It's like you smash your finger enough times, you start getting it out of the way. You know what I mean? It's that kind of knowledge is what I've got going on here. It's not anything fun. But anyway, so pediatrician, you said you're thinking?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Because I really like little kids. And I personally think I'm good with little kids. I babysit a lot. They like me. I know how to calm them down or, help them out. So I think I do good with little kids.
Cool. I'm sure they would be a lot easier to deal with than adults.
Yeah.
You got a lot of patience.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, you got to.
Yep.
And you got that from both sides of your family.
Yeah.
Because your mom has a lot of patience.
Yes, she does.
I don't know how she does it. Her mom's a teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't go anywhere with your mom in public without some little kid running up to her and hugging her and telling them how
Yeah.
much they love her and all. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
it is every time.
Every single day.
They'll come to one of Cason's games and there'll be kids that'll be piling over.
Yeah.
Miss Lewis.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I saw a teacher outside of school. I was in the grocery store with my mom and this guy that was like our gym teacher. He was a coach, but he
Yeah.
didn't coach me. He was just our gym teacher. And I was walking to the grocery store, and I was shocked. I was like, and we didn't call him coach. We call him Mr. Duncan. I was like, it's Mr. Duncan, Mom. Mr. Duncan's in the grocery store. She's like, well, why wouldn't he be? I assumed that teachers lived at school.
Yeah.
I didn't think that they were anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what's he doing away from school? That's real. That's for real. Now you see why I can't be a nurse?
Oh, so pediatrician, that's kind of like a mixture of, like what popularity is.
Yeah.
And your mom,
Yeah.
I mean, you get to, it's like a perfect combination, Have you ever thought of it that way?
I have. Yeah. I've thought about it's like being an elementary school teacher and an actual doctor
Yeah.
kind of wrapped into one.
I'd never really thought about it until just now. And you've told me before what you wanted to do or what you thought you were wanting to do and get into and the KTC. And you're there for how many hours in the morning?
3.
3 hours, and then you go to high school.
Yeah.
And all your classes are right by each other.
Yes.
You're so lucky.
Yeah. So
Did you do that on purpose?
No.
Oh, okay.
It just happened that way.
It's because of the classes I have left. Because it was English, history, and Spanish, and they have one Spanish 2 teacher, one history teacher, I think, and I'm taking honors English, and they only have one of those, and they just happen. The history and English teacher are in the same like little nook, and the Spanish teacher's right around the corner.
Wow.
So.
That's lucky.
Yeah.
Next year may not be
No.
as good.
No. It's probably gonna be like.
So enjoy it while it
opposite ends
lasts.
of-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't hear about like fights go on. Like fights went on, and when I was in high school, there was a
Yeah.
fight every single day.
Yeah.
At was there a fight every single day at your high school?
I was in it
Or
most
when
of the
you were in
time.
high school? Was you the one that was causing it?
Sometimes.
Do you see a lot of fights at
No.
really?
I saw
Do you
fights.
hear about any fights?
Not really. Most of the time, I think now the fights happen outside of school.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard about a couple, and it's like out in the woods.
People wise up.
Yeah.
Well, I do have to say, in junior high,
There's.
that's probably when most of the fights went on.
I mean, yeah.
I think as we got older into high school, it was less,
Yeah.
way less, but it still happened all the time.
In junior high, there was a ton of fights. Like there was one day when there was like 6 fights, back to back to back.
Good grief.
But yeah, now, you know, you get ticketed if you get in a fight, you get suspended, all this different stuff happens. So they've kind of,
Oh yeah, my children engage in this activity. Believe me, I know about it.
yeah.
How much is the ticket?
Well, I saw something on Facebook the other day, and I don't want to name any names, but $585 for an assault
Yeah.
ticket
Holy moly.
for a junior high kid.
Yeah.
$585.
Golly, man.
I can see why the dude was on Facebook ranting about it. Don't blame him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, that's out of hand.
Well, I mean, if it curbs fights, then it's worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what his rant was, and it wasn't about the price or the cost of.
Well, it's like
The ticket.
It's just like texting and driving.
It was the
Dude,
point of
it doesn't
him,
matter.
his kid getting one.
You could say it's $10,000, and whenever a 13-year-old kid is standing there and another 13 or 14-year-old kid's calling him names, dudes, anyways, I can't speak for girls, but guys, it's gonna happen. If you go, that's gonna cost you $100,000. They'd be like this.
No. I know, but have you talked to your kids about it? The cost of the ticket?
No.
You haven't. You haven't said, if you get in a fight and I get a ticket for $585, you're
No.
going to get in another fight when you get home.
No.
You haven't said that?
I just say get better at not doing stuff in front of teachers.
But you have said it. You have addressed the $585 ticket.
I didn't know it was a $585 ticket till just the other day.
And you didn't say anything to anybody? You didn't say anything to either one
Well,
of your boys?
we were kind of in this spot
Okay.
where they were already
Right.
trying to get away from that type of behavior,
The
so it was
cost
kind of
the
understood.
ticket brought it up, right?
No, the fact that he was about to be in a fight is what brought it up,
Oh, okay. And you didn't.
and another kid threatened to shoot him.
And we talked about that. Yes.
Yeah,
Not a good subject. I didn't know we wanted to bring this up on the podcast.
I don't care. I'll bring it up. I'll tell you his name. Yeah, I'm not scared of this dude.
Has the issue been solved?
No, it's still ongoing.
Well, a little backstory here. You had to kind of just explaining what happened, but you had a kid that threatened.
Well, I found
your
out a
son.
little bit of background about where this confrontation came from.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my son was at another boy's house, and they were outside playing basketball, and this little kid named Matt Clifton come riding up on a bicycle and said hi to the guy whose house it was, and said, "Who's this little?" And my son, being what I taught him to be, he says, "Hey," you know, and they kind of had a little thing back and forth, and so then all of a sudden he starts sending out these messages to Carter's friends saying things like, I hate even saying it, but I guess it's some sort of, he's saying he's going to wet him up, which means shoot him. I didn't know this. I don't know this lingo. I don't know where it comes from.
It's been around since like the 80s, but go ahead.
I don't talk that way. You know what I'm saying? I don't say things to people unless I mean it. So, that's what he said. And so I let the authorities know.
Yeah, you got the
know what I'm
authorities
saying?
involved, like you should have. Because anytime someone threatens anyone's life, but the police need to be
Let me put it to you this way.
involved. They need to get involved.
I'm doing the best I can to do it the way the system's set up to be
Right.
done. So I hope, for this little boy's sake, who's 14 years old, that the authorities do something about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was raised by people that were old when they were young, okay? And I got an old way of dealing with things. I don't know why. I'm getting all mad right now.
Well, you're the one that brought it up.
But I will deal with it if it's not dealt with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not going to let this little kid shoot my son. I promised you that.
Right.
Not going to let it happen. No matter what.
Absolutely not.
No matter what.
For real.
Okay? Anyway, sorry. Anyway, bullying.
Yeah, I just didn't know. I just want to talk about bullying. Do you see any bullying? Do you hear about any bullying? Any type of bullying?
Not really. No. I mean, I kind of
I know you kind of
don't.
hang
not-
out with the
Yeah.
drama,
Yeah.
right? You kind of stay away from the drama. And
Yeah.
that's smart,
Well,
So-
dudes are a lot more prone to drama too. That
Yeah.
type anyway. So
right?
Yeah, I don't really. None of the people I hang out with bully or really get bullied, so I don't hear about it that much. Nobody really talks about bullying as much as they like. I feel like it's. I don't know. I feel like it doesn't happen as much as people would think, but that also might just be because of the type of people I'm around. And
well, it's
the-
very non-stereotypical for cheerleaders to not be mean to each other.
That's
yeah.
what I'm thinking.
Yeah, they're all nice. We all have fun
Really,
We're
everybody
friends.
gets along.
for the most part.
Oh,
There's some drama, but I mean, it's over little stuff like who's calling cheers when they're not supposed to be and stuff like that.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
speaking of cheers, y'all worked on one today, right?
Oh yeah.
For the pep rally, right?
Pep assembly.
Pep
yes.
assembly,
All practice.
all practice long.
Yeah, and then we found out that half the team's not going to be there. And then yeah, so we need that half of the team for it. And then I got a message a little while ago saying that maybe Maisie will let them out of the meet so they can come for advisory and do the stunts and then go back to the meet for the rest of class.
Is the meet in McAllister?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
okay.
it is. Yeah,
Well, that shouldn't be a problem.
no, it shouldn't. But yeah, that was fun. finding
Maisie
out.
seems like a pretty reasonable type of guy.
Yeah, I think he is.
He's pretty nice. I talked to him at the parent-teacher conference the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a nice guy. He always talks to me and everything. Yeah. Yeah, he's telling me to get Gavin hasn't handed in his highlights yet. So he's passing stuff out to D2 and D1 schools for Gavin, and he's waiting on Gavin's highlights. His football highlights so he can send them.
Maybe his hair highlights because I know they all got highlights for the
Gavin
playoffs,
got his
but-
cut off. Now he has like weirdly short hair.
Really?
Yeah. Haven't seen his hair that short.
Well, a
in
lot of
forever.
them haven't cut their hair off, and it's
A lot
still
of
there.
them,
It's crazy
yeah.
to me how long it's lasted. I never thought it would last that
Yeah,
long. But,
they've all kind of. Some of them have tried to re-dye their hair
Mhm.
back to their natural color,
Oh,
and it's just not.
right.
It's not.
Just let it
right.
go. Just let it grow
It
out.
doesn't look right. It looks bad on a lot of them. We've had people try and go with the mullets to kind of like, I don't know, they like dye it and then they go get a mullet, and that's not good.
Oh,
No.
a mullet's not good for anybody.
No,
I don't think.
It's bad.
Unless you're Billy Ray Cyrus.
Nope.
No.
Not him either.
No.
It's terrible.
Because he has that like front
You leave
stuff
Billy Ray
going
alone.
on.
I had a
You leave-
mullet. I had a sweet mullet at one time. Your mullet looked like that picture that you posted the other night in the group chat.
You had a mullet?
Yes.
Do you
There's
have,
a lot of things about me you don't know.
do you
Brittany.
have pictures
that
of
I
the
have
mullet?
tried to? I've tried to shield you away from.
But
the
tell
mullet.
her what you did when you had the mullet.
What do you mean?
You sang the song. Tell her that story.
Which
Have you not
song?
told her?
No, he doesn't
What-
tell
what
me
about?
anything.
You were singing the Garth Brooks song at the park, and they played
I
the wrong
told you
song.
that.
No. No, you haven't.
Dude, this story is
I've
epic.
why do I gotta tell the story?
Just tell the whole story. It's funny.
Okay, so I'm gonna sing "Friends in Low Places" by Garth Brooks at the
With a
amphitheater during the fall festival. Okay, with a mullet.
Why?
And Wrangler pants.
Yeah, and a Wrangler shirt too, a
Yeah,
blue
Wrangler,
one, a
yeah.
nice blue shirt. I like, and I had a cowboy hat. Okay, don't worry about it.
Right.
So, so, back then, everything was by cassette tape. If you know what a cassette tape is, I know you and I talked about.
I feel like I kind of remember this story. but I
Yes,
want
you
to go
do
on.
because I've told you about it.
Go
so
ahead
you
and
act like
finish telling it, though.
Yeah, I have to now
Yeah.
since I've started.
Awesome.
So
Can't hear it too many
you
times.
basically had to go to a music store and buy a cassette tape that had like just the music.
Yeah.
No
The
lyrics.
karaoke tape, kind of.
Yeah, karaoke tape kind of. So, the Friends in Low Places, there was maybe, I don't know, 6, 7 songs on each side of the tape, right?
Right.
Because cassette tapes have A and a B side.
Yeah.
So, I hand the tape to the guy that's going to hand it to the DJ.
And it's
okay?
already ready.
It's already ready. And the song is in the middle of the tape, okay? And I look over. before my song, and I'm not gonna say his name,
But
but I remember he had this big. He looked like a cowboy. He was a cowboy. He had this big bushy mustache, cowboy hat. You know, he had glasses on. He's real tall, slender, and he's cranking. He's got a pin in the tape, and that's how if you didn't have a whatever.
He thought that you handed him a cassette that you didn't have ready. He was
Right.
trying to get it ready for you.
He was trying to help me out,
and you didn't say
in
anything
turn-
to him, right? Because you're a kid and he's an adult. And
It
you're
was
thinking,
too late. Like it all happened real quick, right? And
you didn't hand him the tape and go, "It's ready to go."
I should have.
Right? You just handed it to him
I
silently.
shouldn't have had to say that though. I just handed him the tape. He should know it's right on the money.
Well, you know-
he should say there's a lot. He should see that there's a lot of songs because they have them listed on the tape.
Right.
There's a lot of songs on each side, so he's probably got it right where it needed to be.
What I'm going to think though, if I'm in his shoes, is okay. You were how old at this time? 9.
Come to me before you start rewinding my tape.
But I'm just saying, like, if you were okay, if a little kid comes up and he's about to sing a song, right?
Yeah.
He hands you a cassette tape, and I'm going to think his mama probably recorded it as the first song on the tape, so that all you have to do is
No,
rewind
because it
and push
wasn't
play.
a blank tape. It wasn't just a blank tape. It was.
But
an
he didn't know
actual
that. You know what I'm
tape
saying?
that had songs on it. Like it was the manufacturer put the songs on there, not me. I didn't write them down. You know
Right.
What song? What song was first?
Well,
What
so I
song?
get up there.
What song was first on the tape?
The dance. The dance.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And everyone was
gold.
excited.
Heck yeah, they were.
When the piano, because the piano.
They thought you were about to go
When
crazy on the
pianos-
dance.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did, and it ruined it for me. It ruined it for me, dude. It threw me off my game completely. Like I was completely. My feathers were, man. I was.
You didn't
I
practice
was-
the dance though. You'd only practice.
right. I know. If I had
Friends in
things to
low
do
places.
over again, I would have just went ahead. I knew
You know the dance, yeah.
Yeah, I knew. I should have just sang it because I would have sang that better than I did Friends in Low Places.
Did you just wait? Did it play through and you just kept on waiting and it,
No.
you didn't get
No.
to sing Friends in Low Places?
It's all on video. There is video of this, right? So the piano starts, right? And I go, wrong song, you know? And I had to walk back to the DJ. He's standing back there with all the music equipment. I had to walk back there to him, okay? It's all on video. This is all on video. And I'm looking down, and he's rewind, fast forward, play, rewind, fast forward, play. You know, he's trying to find the song. Complete, you know what I mean? There was.
Did you tell him what song you were trying to sing?
Yeah, but it's a tape. He has to find it.
Right.
You know, and you have to do it where everybody
Oh, I
can
know.
hear it.
Yeah.
So he's playing the dance. He's playing the dance. He's playing this. However it happened. I
He
don't-
took all the surprise out of it, all the gusto right out of it.
Yeah, the wind was out of my sails, dude.
Yeah.
So I walked back up there, to the microphone.
Right.
And you go, it's ruined.
Yeah.
Good night,
But
folks.
I remember when the dance started playing, people were like, "All right." You know,
Yeah,
you can hear
dude.
it.
Everybody, little kids singing
And
the
I was
dance.
like,
Heck yeah.
That's not what you're going to hear today. Not from me, And so, anyway, so I went ahead and sang the song, and I bombed. I didn't do all that great, but I remember getting there, and I don't know, 11 years old, 10 years old, and I was sizing up my competition. And my competition was a grown man. He got on there and sang "Simple Man" by Ricky Van Shelton, and he gave a
Yes.
heck of a performance. And
That's a good song, too.
I was like, I don't. Do you think like that as a kid? I mean, I did. Most kids that go to a talent show, they're just up there to sing. They're not really sizing up their competition. I was.
But did you cry when you realized you were going to get beat by him?
No,
Did you cry?
dude, I bit my tongue off one time. Literally bit the tip right here. I don't know, this far back on my tongue. Bit it off.
That's not the kind of pain I'm talking about,
I didn't
sir.
cry
I'm talking
then.
about
I didn't cry
pain that's
then.
inside.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
There is no amount
Sure
of
you
pain
didn't
inside.
shed any tears? You knew Simple Man was going to beat the fumbled Friends in Low Places.
The way this guy's.
Your cuteness factor was way up there. So it's close.
The way he performed that song, though, I mean, he was a crowd pleaser. You know what I mean?
I
He
bet he
wasn't just
was.
like Ricky Van Shelton up there. He was like Ricky Van Shelton up there. He got up there and was like getting the whole crowd. He was getting everybody to clap and stuff. Yeah, dude. And I was like, oh, man, dang it. They're not going to be too.
was it a competition?
Yes, it was the talent show.
Oh, I thought it was just like everybody's getting up and singing a song or whatever.
No, it was a talent show, and I was sizing up my competition, and that guy right there was the one that was going to
Y'all were the only two that sang?
No, there was a whole bunch of people that
But he was the
sang.
only one
But here's a
close.
competition.
He was the only one that I was worried about.
Okay. And this is all on video?
It's all on video.
Okay, I want to start a GoFundMe to pay you to do whatever it takes to get this video and publicize it.
There's
Okay, I'm going to start it, and everybody go find it. We're going to raise a bunch of money,
Yep.
well,
and that's going public.
it's
And if you don't, I bet I know where it's at, and I'll just go around you, sir.
listen,
I'll go right around you.
listen, I'll bomb the performance. Okay,
Yes, why we need to see it.
It's a situation I would rather not get out. You know what I mean?
No, but this video needs to be seen.
It's a video
You
that I
got
would rather
to give the
not
people
see.
what they want.
You bombing the talent show? Gymnastics video.
Brinley,
Ooh, what's
Brimley. That's what I call her. Brimley. That's her nickname for me.
I mean,
Everybody else calls her. I call her Brinley Sue too, and her middle name's not Sue at all. I'm just trying to get away from this gymnastics video that you're. Allegedly, there's a gymnastics video out there of me trying to do some gymnastics while it's a little boy. It's not me. You know, it's not me. Okay, let's just get that out there. It's not me. But he's trying his hardest, you know.
Yeah, he's trying to do good.
And you shouldn't be laughing at people like that.
No, you shouldn't.
But you are going to anyways. And so Brinley, she's begged and begged to see the gymnastics video.
Well, here's the thing: is you don't have control
Not just Brinley.
of those videos now.
the whole family.
The whole family's been
The
trying
whole
to see it.
family. He gave my mom. He told her she could watch it if she went on every ride at Disney World with him.
Yeah.
Did she do that, or
No,
is this
that's
up
this
and coming?
summer.
It's up and coming.
Oh, okay.
So he'll show her that if she goes on the rides he wants.
That we need to do an update on that when that happens, because everybody wants to see this video.
She's gonna have to ride all the rides first because there's nobody that's going that wants to
Yeah.
ride all the rides. Brinley won't ride the rides with me. She won't ride the big rides.
No.
She gets scared,
Yeah.
and nobody else will either. I'm hoping Kaysen will, but I don't know if he's gonna be big enough.
Yeah.
But he's already saying no. But anyways, so I don't know why did we get on that story?
The
about
mullet.
The
We're
mullet.
talking about
Oh
mullets.
gosh.
Dude,
Yeah, I had
just,
a mullet. I did have a
Listen.
mullet.
When you
I-
posted that picture the other night, and his smile and your smile, it's a dead lock. A dead lock, sir.
My uncle.
I'd forgotten. I mean, I knew you guys looked similar, yes, but I
Yeah.
had forgotten until you post that picture. I was just like, dude, it gave me whiplash, okay, because I double taked so hard. I was like, what? I didn't realize. I knew it, but I didn't know it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's shocking. It's cool. It's cool. I knew Richard for a long time before I knew you. Not well. I don't know Richard well, but
Well, I don't know him well either. I haven't seen him or talked to him in
he laughed a lot like you do. I mean, you guys are very similar.
20 years, I think it's been since I've seen him. Probably 14, 15 years, somewhere in there.
Really? It's probably been longer than that since.
That's
I've
how we
seen
do
it.
things in my family. We just
Right?
get
Like-
away from each other.
See you never.
That's what he did.
Richard did?
Yeah.
Where does he live again? Where's he live now?
Rogers or Bentonville, somewhere in that area. Not far, you know.
Arkansas, though? What's that about, I wonder?
Well, and that's where Walmart is. That's where the money is.
Oh, yeah. Got it. Well, so we're going to get back to
Yes, let's get back to Brimley.
our guest instead of your funny story. I'm sorry.
I
It's
can
just,
cut the funny story out.
it's too funny to skip.
No.
Should I cut the funny story out?
No.
I don't know. I got my laugh out of it, so you can do whatever you want to with it. I had to wipe tears.
I won't cut it out. I'll leave it
It's
in there.
very funny.
Give the people what they want.
Mm-hmm.
So Brinley used to play soccer,
Yeah.
and I never went and seen one game. I'll throw myself under the bus right now
Yeah.
because it's not that I never wanted to, because I would love to go see or had went and seen every game. And there was one match, because it's a match, right? It's not a
No.
game. Is it
No,
a game?
it's a game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was a match.
No. That's tennis.
So you're scoring points or you're scoring in
Yes.
goals?
That's tennis.
The same.
Okay.
You score goals and you get points.
It's not
so.
soccer match? I thought it was soccer match. Soccer game?
I think you just made that up right now. I've
Well,
never
it
heard
sounded good. Soccer match? Sounds good.
Never heard it.
Football. So anyways, I was going to come to one of your games one time and
You had a migraine.
no, we were actually right next door because one of our games was during the city dump or whatever. You can go take and dump a bunch of stuff off.
Oh, I can see why you wouldn't go to a game then.
And the
you had things to haul
line-
off.
The line was a long ways.
Here's
So
the thing.
we missed it.
I played soccer for like 3 years. That's 2 seasons a year.
Wow, that's a lot of games.
And
Benny never saw one.
Not one game.
not one.
Wow, that's unfortunate, man.
It's true. I have no excuse. I have no excuse for it. I love her to death. But I didn't support her soccer, and now she's not playing.
Well, everybody knows why you didn't go. You know what I mean?
Why?
I mean, they know.
I love soccer.
I know, but you're not a good person. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. I guess not. I guess not.
No, I'm just
I go to her snowballs.
Why?
He says he
She doesn't
does.
know. She doesn't know. I try
does
to
know.
tell her I'm there. She's like, no, you're not. I'm like, I'm watching you.
That's what we should talk about.
What?
How many times he said he's come dressed up like Michael Myers. He said he's come to both of my snowballs like that. He actually came to my friend's house dressed up like that on Halloween with a knife.
Yeah.
With a
'Cause-
real knife?
Yeah.
I don't mess around. I'm
We
Michael
had,
Myers.
here's how,
It's
so
dangerous.
we had a big party at my
I like
friend's
to
house.
live dangerously.
A big, like, movie night. And, you know, we're all watching, I think by this point we were either watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre or, like, something else. I don't remember. And he comes in, and it's dark, you know. It's a scary movie going on. You just
Very
have,
dark.
you
I didn't
just-
even know where I was going. What I was walking through this house, didn't even know where I was going. I was like,
You just
I hope
have
I'm-
the
I
light
didn't-
of the TV on.
I
Who
wasn't-
let you in?
I wasn't 100% sure that I was in the right house, and that's no joke. I was half and half.
That's the dumbest thing I've
My
ever heard of you
parents-
doing right there.
My parents were over there, and my dad let him in, like, through the
Oh,
garage.
okay, yeah.
So
Nobody let me in. They
No,
just,
it was
they had
open?
they just had the door open.
They had
That's
the
how I
garage
knew it was
open.
the house, and I wasn't even sure then, though. You know what I mean? Like, open the door.
You go, I hope I didn't
There
pick
was
the
a
only
movie
house
on-
in the neighborhood that
Yeah.
also has an unlocked
Right.
door.
So he comes into the kitchen, and the way it's set up, it's like the kitchen's here, and then the living room kind of wraps around.
It's a very weird setup. It
And
was
we were-
perfect for me.
And we were all in this corner, you know, watching a movie. And he comes in, and the light, you know, flashes, and you just see
You
him
can-
in the doorway
Could
with a
barely-
knife. Barely see him. And I knew immediately it was him.
Yeah.
All you see is
Nobody
the
else
guys,
knew it.
the guys that were over there screaming, running to the corner.
Yes.
The girls screaming, running, and jumping on top of me, and like
It was
bloody
great.
murder. I can see my mom videoing in the other corner.
Yeah, because she had like the flash on or
Yeah.
something. I was like, you're
So-
ruining it all. Because when they see parents
Right.
video,
They
and
know
they're gonna know
something's
then it's
scary.
set up.
Yeah.
You
They
know.
were terrified.
Well, they didn't catch
No.
on.
He takes a step in, looks at all of us, holding the knife still, gets out, walks around to the other side, peeks over, and then leaves. Gone. In like a
Gone.
span of like a minute and a half. All of my friends are terrified. And I was like, are you serious? I like ran after him, and I saw him driving away in the car, and I was like,
Yeah,
Myers drove
but
away.
hang on. I parked down the street. You know, I didn't park right in front of the house. I parked down the street and walked down. I mean, allegedly, that wasn't me.
no, it wasn't. It was Michael
But
Myers.
I will say this: one of the boys that was scared, I was kind of shocked that he was scared, and he was the one that saw me first.
Yeah.
And he goes, "What is that?" and ran.
And ran, screamed and ran. And I was like, what's going on?
And then later on, they were told like, "Yeah, he's the one that actually saw you and ran," and because I didn't know who it was, you know, initially, and I was like, "Really? He ran?"
The only thing wrong with your
Because
Michael
all
Myers
these dudes
costume,
are football players. Okay.
the only thing that takes away from your Michael Myers get up
Mm-hmm.
is that you always have Nikes on.
There's a reason for that. Trent and I did that photo shoot at Robert's Cave, allegedly.
Allegedly.
And when I put the shoes that I normally wear on, I forgot. Now, these are brand new. I've only wore them like on Halloween. Like literally just on Halloween, and I've had them for, I don't know, 10 years, maybe longer than that. They're still toed, low top, like hiking shoes. And the bottoms were just falling apart.
Well, they're 10 years old, for goodness sakes.
I mean, come on, dude. They were $200 and something shoes.
Well, that's your fault.
And I got them in 07. and they look, I mean,
what are they, Doc
brand
Martens
new.
or something?
I would just sit outside of them, pretty much.
They were Doc Martens, weren't they?
No, I forget what they were called, but
yeah, they were.
No, they weren't Doc Martens. They were steel toed.
In my mind, they are.
They were when I no. So, anyways, the bottoms fell apart, so I had to throw them away that day. If you notice in that photo shoot at Robert's Cave, you notice I have no bottoms on my boots.
Oh, it's awesome.
I had to pull them off. So I'm just basically walking on the ground.
Barefooted?
But it looks like I have shoes on.
I would have never been able to stand it. I can't take it.
Well, you're a little girl.
When it comes to walking on stuff barefooted, I 100% agree.
Really?
Yes.
Dude, I can run right across the gravel parking lot barefooted.
I have tender feet.
But I grew up, as a tough little boy.
Listen, man, if I walked across this carpet probably 3 or 4 times barefooted, my feet would start to get raw from the carpet. I do not have tough feet at all. Okay.
So you have any competitions coming up?
No.
No competitions?
Nationals was supposed to be the 31st, January 31st, but there was going to be girls that couldn't go, and we didn't have time.
So no competitions this year?
No competitions until next November when it's state.
Good grief.
Yeah.
There's a lot going to be going on between now and then.
That's going to be the next school year.
Yeah.
So y'all didn't have any competitions this school year?
We had in November. We had state.
Oh, that's right. That's right. How'd you guys do there?
We got 5th place.
Where was that at?
I think it was in Moore this time. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe you're right. I wasn't there,
No.
but I remember you going. Listen, I may not have come to any of your soccer matches, but...
Or cheer competitions.
Am I supposed to go to those?
You can if you want.
Aren't they like just for parents? I feel weird going to those things. I feel like the creepy old dude that goes to those.
You would definitely be.
I remember, well, I'm not going to tell that story. Go ahead.
Here's the thing. We get judged on the crowd. That's part of our, rubric.
You tell me now?
Yeah.
I wish you would never tell me so I wouldn't feel obligated to go next time.
So, our cheers.
That's kind of how I get out of things, man. I just don't know.
I didn't know.
I didn't know. And I didn't know this until now, and now I have no excuse not to go.
Excuse.
To go to Moore, I was supposed to go to Moore.
Yeah.
And watch you cheer.
Yes.
And cheer real loud.
Yes.
Can I bring an air horn or anything?
No.
Not that you would want that. That'd probably throw y'all off.
Right.
Yeah, so don't want any of that.
But we have signs, and you're supposed to, say what the signs say, cheer along with us.
Like M, H, S.
Yeah, except it's more than that.
I did go to your one thing, though.
My showing.
Yeah, I went to your showing.
You did.
What is this? What's this showing?
It's for before competitions. We do a showing in McAllister so that all the people who aren't going to drive to Oklahoma City can still see us, what we're going to be performing.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Your son went.
Did he?
Yeah, the whole football team went, right?
They're supposed to, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool. I never know.
And at your competition, you were not allowed. You're not supposed to be. I remember you telling me you're not allowed to step on your signs once you throw them down.
Right.
And the winning team did that a lot.
They walked on their signs. They stunted. So they were holding people up with their feet on signs. Would kick them out of their way while they're holding people up. They would throw signs off the mat, which you're not supposed to do. They would step off the mat, which you're not supposed to do.
They have this all on video, so I got to see it all.
I like whenever she goes.
I know, come on now.
Everything,
Where's the penalties at here?
Yes, last year at the competition, all of those things, they would have been disqualified.
Disqualified?
Yes. Last year, if you stepped on a sign, you would have to finish the routine, but you'd be disqualified.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So this year,
business.
This year, the winning team did everything wrong and won still.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What? Who
Makes you
judges this? Who's judging this thing?
Yeah. it's
Who
kinda-
decides who wins?
It's probably coaches from other states. There's probably some old college cheerleaders, choreographers, all of that type of stuff.
Old, she said.
Well, like,
Has-beens. People that used to do it. Yeah.
yeah.
So, you got to find out who these coaches are. You don't know who ahead of time who they're going to be or
No,
at these
we don't.
competitions.
We don't know the judges now.
Are they sitting in a
Yeah, is it like
Certain-
American Idol where they're like lined up in
yeah?
front
It's
of you
like a
guys while
judges
you do it?
panel. Oh, okay.
So the way they have this time, they have like 20 judges, and you have like probably it was like 10 judges per person. So one judge, or they can watch the first, or those 10 people can watch what's going on, and then they can go down and write all their notes, and the next group of judges is watching the next one. So that you can take all your notes, finish scoring, and you don't have to worry about the team that's coming out right after. Because it's like you come on the mat, you perform, you leave, the next team comes on the
Yeah.
mat, performs, leaves. So they give them time to write down all of their critiques, all of the errors they saw, all of that stuff. And then if you make it to finals, before finals, they give you all of those papers back. They say what were the main points.
Ah, yeah, so you can work on it or
and
whatever.
You have like 5 minutes to work on it, 10 minutes to work on it.
Wow.
And then you're back out. And you have to do them all 3 events. Like it goes together in 3 minutes.
Good
And
grief.
if it's less than or more than 3 minutes, you get deductions. So,
and then the winning team had a lot of infractions, and they still won.
yes.
Did they have dudes? Is there dudes in this stuff?
Yes.
You guys don't have any guys on yours, though,
We
do you?
don't, no.
Why not?
No guys will try out. We talked about maybe like next year getting football players. There was other teams that did that. They had football players, they just had their jerseys on and they were just doing flags because that they score on different things. They score on height. So there's 3 levels of height. Very low, so that'd be like on your knees, regular, and then signs would be up higher. And then they have a panel going, or 3 panels going this way, so people all over the mat, 3 more going horizontally. So it's based on all of that. So the more people you have, the easier it is to get points. And so if we had football players
yeah.
who were just stationed back there with flags, that would give that whole panel all 3 ways.
Yeah, you guys should hit Maisie up about it because he's always trying to help everybody.
Yeah.
I bet he'd be into it.
Yeah.
I bet he just make some guys do it. Be like, you, and you. Go,
Yep.
learn this. Get out of my face.
Well, I was supposed to be the mascot this year.
Yeah. He said he wanted to be.
Yeah.
I even sent
I
a
even
video.
tried out.
He did.
Who
While we
is
were
the
at beach.
mascot?
It's a
Can you tell?
freshman.
Are you supposed to tell?
No,
Okay, so don't then.
but everybody knows. But yeah, no, I'm not supposed
It's
to.
not supposed to. It's a thing? I didn't know that.
It depends on who the mascot is.
Is
So
it just one person the whole year?
Yes. Yes.
And a freshman beat me out?
Yes.
Man,
I'm
are you
about to
really
start-
surprised?
I'm about to start cussing right now.
What were you going to do? What was your tryout?
I was gonna walk around in the outfit.
I
Yeah, but
had-
what's the tryout?
I had to send a video of me doing a cheer. And while we were at the beach, he's in the background dancing
Oh, no wonder
in
you
my
got
video.
disqualified.
And so I said,
I didn't get disqualified. I just got
I
beat
said
out,
that
right?
in,
Wait a
I
minute.
said-
Maybe I did get disqualified. There you go.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
said, my uncle
I'd rather.
wants to be the mascot. And my coach said, he's hired.
See?
And then like
Till she saw the video.
No, she saw the video
No, it was
and
after I
said,
said
I'm
the-
hired.
And then like 2 weeks later, she was like, "This is our mascot. She's
Yeah.
new."
And yeah, she, not
They were
he.
kidding when they said you're hired. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
I don't take that as a joke.
I think it was a joke.
I'm serious about that stuff.
I've seen you dance. It's
I
probably
wanted-
a joke.
I want.
I still have the video.
I wanted to. You do?
Yes.
Did you ever send it to me? You need to
No.
send it to me.
Okay.
Because I'll put it in the comments below, or below the video or something, so everybody can see that I was serious. Okay, I was very serious.
I'm glad you didn't do that.
I wanted to be the mascot, and I thought, well, who's LJ going to watch the game with?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So he's going to be up there in the stands, and I'm going to be down here on the, so it kind of worked out, me not being down there on the track. And I'd have to probably get a new suit, because I'm probably not going to fit in the one that they have.
Yeah, you look a little tall for that suit. That suit's
we thought about, what did we say? We cut the legs out so that it would be like,
somebody's going to know
legs would go through.
Obviously who you are then. Those hairy white legs are going to be shining. Those hairy lightsabers would be sticking out of the bottom of that suit with your Nikes.
That was funny to me, though, when we said that. So I was like, I won't fit that outfit. That was funny, though. So she sends it in this, group? It's like a group thing, right? So everybody's seen it.
Yes. All of the cheerleaders saw it.
And you had to do it every night?
No, that was because... I
forget what had happened.
I think I did. Because the choreographer... had either just come or something like that. And since we were all supposed to be sending in videos, and so I had to send them to be like, hey, I'm practicing. I'm not just... I had to send them while I was at church camp. Because I went from church camp to the beach. So I had to send them the nights I was at church camp.
Was you able to have your phone at your church camp?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good grief. Some strict stuff.
Well, there's a lot of stuff that goes into cheer.
Yeah. Right now,
serious business.
Every night we have to send our jump sequence. It started last week until tryouts, which is in March. The middle of March.
Tryouts for next year in March?
Yes. Yeah.
Now, didn't they let everybody that tried out be on the squad this year?
No.
Oh.
There was girls who made the squad last year that didn't make it this year.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Are they going to try out next year or this year in March?
No. There's probably, I think, 12 girls that made the team last year that are trying out this year out of 22.
God. There's no way I would do a tryout. I'd be afraid I wouldn't make it. I'd be like, no, I'm not doing that.
There's
skip it.
2 8th graders out of the 8th grade team, 2 8th graders that are trying out for cheer.
Really?
And I think one other person from the high school.
So how many 8th graders are there now on the cheer team?
5, I think. There's not a bunch. I think the other ones are going to Palm.
But surely there's going to be some that are not cheerleaders going to try out, right?
Probably.
But there is it seems to be that there's a big drop-off in the amount of people trying out.
Yes, for sure. Last year we had 30.
And why do you think that is?
I really don't know. Honestly, I don't know if it's because it's like the different types of coaching. I don't know if it's the changes in coaches, which we've always had the same head coach, but we have a new assistant coach. It also might have to do with the rules involved. I feel like that's a lot of it for some of the girls.
Is it new rules?
No,
yeah, you got to send in videos of doing the jumps every night. I mean,
I think that's just a general rule, isn't it?
They're more enforcing the rules this year. So, obviously, no partying, no drugs, no alcohol.
I'm out. No drugs?
All of that stuff. And I think, there's obviously going to be some people doing that stuff. Mm-hmm. And I just don't think a lot of them really want to be on the team anymore.
So, do you think a lot of those will go to Palm? Is Palm easier?
No.
Does the Palm squad, did they try to, I don't want to use that word. I was going to say, did they try to pull some off the cheer? Did they get hit up a bunch? Yeah, no. But I was going to use a different word.
I don't think so.
I was going to use the word snipe. Did they snipe them off their team?
I don't know if that's a thing.
It's not.
No, I don't think they really. No, because with cheer and Palm are really different.
Right. With
cheer, you're having to yell the whole game. You're having to talk to the crowd and all of that stuff. With Palm, you're dancing. So but they have really strict practices.
What would make you pick, or what made you pick cheer over dancing?
I'm not a dancer.
It's Palm, bro. It's not dancing.
I'm sure most of them.
All of them are in dance. All of them are in dance.
All of them are in dance.
But no, I'm not a dancer. I don't, because their dances are actual dances you do in a recital. You know, which like what they perform. I'm not a hip hop dancer. I do better with motions on certain counts and yelling at the crowd and holding up signs than I do fan leaps. And
Well, you were dancing by yourself the other night at the game.
yeah,
She didn't know that her whole squad already went to the sidelines, and she was out there
They
all by
left me.
herself.
Oh,
they left me. We were in the middle of a band dance, and I was on the end, and I had my back turned to all of them because of the dance. When I turned back around, they were all gone. I had been out there on the court by myself, so I ran back to the side, and I was like, seriously,
you gotta stop hanging out with Ben. That's the kind of things he would do.
You got to be used to that. I figured you were used to that kind of stuff by now.
No. Yeah. Which that time we were going out there to do a cheer, and band overpowered us with their instruments. And then we were like, you know what, we're going to do a band dance. And then, you know what, we're going back to the...
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
So the band overpowered,
Yeah.
threw everything off,
Mm-hmm.
and little Brinley Sue got stuck out there
By myself.
all by herself.
Yeah.
When Brinley was little, and still, she tans better than
Oh.
anyone I've ever seen in my life. She gets very dark. And when she was little, I'm going to rag on you a little bit. When she was little, we were at the beach. She's the darkest one of us all, right?
Mm-hmm.
By far. Well, she starts crying because she didn't want to be dark.
Oh, really?
And here I am, white as a sheet.
She was envious of you? That's a first.
And I'm, getting sunburnt
Yeah.
first 20 minutes going to the beach. That happened one time.
I remember you telling me.
Went outside, put sunscreen on, jumped in the water, and the water washes it right off, which I've learned since then, which I was telling you on that one podcast. But I put the sunscreen on. And jump in immediately. It washes it right off. I'm in the 20 minutes. And for 3, maybe 4 days, I didn't go outside at all. And this is our vacation at the beach. And I'm like, nope. I burnt so bad. Oh my gosh. It was terrible. So this year, I did the same thing. Except I didn't jump immediately in the water. I just stayed outside too long, I guess, or got in the water and got out. And it was,
Do you wander around without your shirt on all the time?
I don't wear any clothes. I mean, I wear shorts, of course, but I don't wear shirts. No.
Ugh.
I can get dark too if I
Wear
really
sunscreen.
try.
Do you get rid of
I
your
really
fur
try.
coat before you go down there?
No.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I do too.
I
No
wouldn't
way.
either.
No way. Maybe a little bit.
That picture you had, that one of you with sunscreen all over.
Yes. Yeah, maybe I
Yeah.
did have a little bit of hair there. I don't remember.
Yuck. Dude, it's out of hand. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I know.
Electrolysis.
Well, what happens is
That's what
What?
you need. Go in there and have that. You can have it
Oh,
laser
yeah.
removed, man.
Yeah. I don't know. I need to look into that.
It costs a lot for you, though.
Well, what happens is, I don't know, a month or a month and a half before we go to the beach, I'll shave it all off and start kind of hanging out outside a little bit so I can get acclimated to the sun,
Mm-hmm.
And so by the time we go to the beach, it needs to be shaved again.
So you got a
But-
fresh shave right when you go to the beach.
Well, I get down there or something, I just kind of forget or whatever. Yeah. But if you do freshly shave before you go to the beach, I've done that. And that was what happened.
Yeah.
I did that one time. And it ruined me. Okay. I
You
got
shaved?
it waxed. I got my back waxed. And all that. It just did not mix well with the sun. Don't get your back waxed and get in the sun immediately because it will
So I don't know.
it will ruin your life. And I'm not
I've
kidding.
never waxed one single thing on my body. Never.
You don't have a hairy back?
Not at all.
Really?
I have no hair on my back. I don't.
That's weird to me.
I have very little hair on my front. I'm
Really?
I'm an Indian guy. I don't have a lot of hair. I grow a lot here, but that's it.
Oh. I'm Indian as well.
Dude, like Gavin has like his legs are 10,000 times hairier than mine.
Really?
Yes. His legs are very hairy. Mine are not.
And he's Native American on both sides.
Yeah, but he's not very much. He's like you. He's really white.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
okay. Thank you.
I, on the other hand,
that.
am deeply native.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
I'm an eighth.
So, yeah, Brinley would get mad that she was the
Right.
darkest person there.
I'd also get mad because y'all would call me skinny.
Yeah.
Why? Skinny and tan.
Boy.
I
Those
know.
are terrible.
I know.
I don't blame you. It's bullying.
Yeah. Yeah. Brinley's come a long ways.
Well, when you're a kid, you can get, I mean, anybody singling anything out about you is
Yeah,
can
that's
be
true.
Yeah.
Anything you're going to bring
traumatizing.
up. Yeah, but we didn't bring up that she was. Well, maybe we would bring up that you were darker than everybody else, and that would probably spark
Yeah.
it. Yeah, she was like, I don't want to be different than everybody else. I want to be like you. I'm like,
put on some of Uncle
You
Benny's
don't want-
150,000 SPF.
like, you don't want to be white like me, okay? Not at the beach, especially.
Just got to wear a lot of sunscreen. It won't let you get dark.
Yeah,
Like
I
that
know.
stuff that you wear.
No, that I wore because I was sunburned. That white stuff, that
Mm-hmm.
picture you see of me lathered in. And it wasn't, it was 50, I think.
Did it still
but it
hurt?
wasn't intentional for that stuff to be all over me. It was supposed to rub in.
It did not.
And it would not rub in.
It did not.
I got in the water and swam for hours, and it was just like it was when I got out.
It was
I was
so
like, or got
funny.
in.
He's like out in the water, like rubbing, trying to get it off.
And it will not come off.
And he'd get out and like, dry himself off with a towel and it's still there.
I look like that typical dude that has the stuff on his nose, and everybody's like, really, you got to wear the the sunscreen that doesn't, that's white and it just sticks out like a sore thumb. That's what I look
like
like
a
because it was
body
all
glove.
over my body. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I couldn't. I was like, well, I'll get in the water and it'll even out. No, it didn't. Brinley come out there and we were looking for seashells or whatever and talking, and she's like, that's not coming off. I was like, I know.
You need lacquer thinner or something to get that off.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, I've never been to the beach, so you guys have a great time. No, I've been. I'm just kidding. I was looking for sympathy. I was kidding.
Well, the beach you've been to, where you been? Corpus Christi?
I've been
Galveston?
kind of all along the Texas coast.
Those don't count.
Why?
Because you've got a negative outlook on.
The ocean is the world's toilet. Yeah.
You get.
You gotta go to like somewhere where the water's clear.
I've told him he won't listen
It's
to
not
me.
clear. You guys
No.
not heard of microplastics? You know what I'm saying?
I've heard of microorganisms.
Well, there's little bitty bits of plastic in the water. Okay, it's killing fish. It's killing lots of stuff.
We see lots of fishies, okay, and they're just they're having a good time. Dolphins.
Sharks.
Go ahead and eat you a bunch of them. They got a lot of mercury in them. Okay, go ahead. Have a great day.
He's old.
No, man, I'm just telling you, the ocean, dude. Anything that people want to go away that they don't want to deal with, they're just like,
That's
I
true.
can hide it in the ocean.
A lot of
Yeah.
big countries do that. I know that. Or small countries, not big countries, but a lot of small countries put a lot of junk in the ocean.
Yes, dude. I mean, what do you think? Like, what do you think cruise ships do with their wastewater? I mean, you really think they just put it in a big tank and hold it till they get back to port? Heck no. It's right out the side, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So have a great day.
I got some new records.
You have a record player and you
Yeah.
listen to records.
Yeah.
Now this I can get into. What kind of music you got?
Oh, right now I only have 3 because I got it for Christmas or right after Christmas. But I have Abbey Road. I have Elton John's Greatest Hits and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Heck yeah, dude. Those are all good. That's good. That's way better than what Ben listens to. Ben's not, his taste in music is, ugh. That's good stuff, what you got. That's all good
I
stuff.
only listen to I like 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah.
That's about.
I'm not
what I
much of an
listen
80s guy, and I grew up in the 80s. I hated the music in the 80s. I did. I don't like it, but.
I loved it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff in the 80s.
Well, you know what, man? You know what's funny about the 80s is I like stuff that's almost a little bit obscure, just like I do music now. It's ridiculous. I don't know why I'm that way, but like I like old Mike and the Mechanics from the '80s. That stuff's cool, and the Cars is cool and stuff like that.
Cars are very cool.
Not all Cars. No. They got some dumb songs, but
What?
I don't know. I don't listen to the dumb ones. I go, ooh, yeah, and go to the next one.
Oh.
But anyway, that's cool. I've been thinking about getting a record player. What, you know what brand it is by
It's
chance?
Victrola.
What are you? I'm trying to get a night. The reason I ask is I'm thinking about buying one, but I don't want to buy a bad one. But I don't
Yeah.
want to buy a,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I don't want to spend a bunch of money on it either.
Mine was like $70, I think.
It's a Christmas present. How do you know how much it costs? You Google it?
No, I bought it
Oh.
with my Christmas money.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You even picked it. That's better.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Man, you need to rub off on Ben. His music is terrible.
Well, when she told me she had a record player, I was like, "You got a record player?"
Yeah, who listens to records? Nobody wants to
No,
listen
I
to
thought it
records.
was really neat. I thought it was cool. I had a record player at one time.
I like it.
Dude, you know what I did to a record player one time? Okay, whenever I was a kid in the 80s, people always talked about playing records backwards, and there'd be like, messages.
Yeah.
And so I thought I would get my sister's record and try to play it backwards. What it did was, when I started playing it backwards, is it stripped the gears out in the record player. And whenever my sister went to listen to a record again, it was broken, and I got in real big trouble.
You told on yourself?
I was a bad liar. I didn't lie when I was a kid, dude.
You just said, I did it.
She's like, somebody wrote my record player. And I was like, oh, no. And so my mom's like, who broke it?
And you already knew you broke it, though.
Huh? Yeah. Whenever I went backwards, it goes,
So you were hoping
Like,
that
stripped
she
a
would
bunch
just
of stuff
never
out.
listen to it again.
yes. Yeah, I was like, she never listens to this. And like 2 months later.
Really, you got a car too, though,
Yeah.
and you're not even 16.
Right. I've had it since July.
Yeah,
Sweet.
it's an awesome little car.
What kind of car is it?
It's a Volkswagen Golf.
Oh, yeah. Those are cool cars.
Is it automatic?
No. Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
think it is.
Fixed the same way.
What color is it?
Silver.
Ah, dude, I like every one of them I've ever seen. I like all the colors of them. They're pretty
Yeah.
cool cars. I
They
like.
are.
They make a good car and they get really good gas mileage.
Yeah.
And it's a diesel, right?
Yeah, it's diesel.
Heck yeah.
That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
awesome.
But she only has room for one person, and that's herself in her car. No boys allowed.
It's pretty roomy.
No boys allowed.
I like the addition she had there. It's funny.
And she knows it too.
Yeah.
She knows it.
Well, Uncle Benny, what a drag.
Well, I got to look after her.
Yeah, like she doesn't have men in her life that look after her.
Yeah, me. Me.
Well, you don't know.
Well, and her dad too, of course, and her brother.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But I just feel like there's room for one more.
Oh, well.
Here I am.
I'm
You-
not planning on dating anytime soon.
No, not until she's 46.
46. No.
46.
Yeah,
I haven't made it to 46 yet.
right.
No.
She'll have it figured out by then.
I hope I'm not dating at 46.
Not that long.
All right. 43.
Haven't made it there yet
Funny.
either.
So what else can we talk about?
Well, okay,
Anything
you were
else?
talking about. Well, I want to talk about. Have you? I don't want to get too far ahead, but have you thought about where you want to go to college? I mean,
OU.
oh, definitely
Yeah,
OU. Okay, no
for sure.
question. Okay.
No. Definitely OU. I'm not planning on even applying to any Texas colleges. Because, ew.
Right. Word.
I mean, I'll apply probably to Arkansas, Missouri, just close states. Nothing too far away.
Cool.
Definitely thinking a big university. I don't feel like I'd do good there instead of like a small community college.
Well, is your
Yeah.
brother liking OU? He's up
Yes.
there and everything. So
Yeah, he's loving it. Yeah.
awesome. What's he in? What's he studying?
Right now, he's majoring in human relations and I think minoring in biology. I want to say.
Wow.
I feel like that's right.
Yeah.
Is he
I
gonna
think
do?
that's what he told me.
Is he going to be like a pharmaceutical salesman or something like that?
I don't
Those
know.
things are like a long ways apart to me or something.
Well,
like
he's always wanted to be a doctor.
Yeah.
So he's still.
Yeah.
I think that's still in the
But yeah.
cool.
plans.
Now he's what does he do at OU? He has some kind of a thing he's doing like something to do with videoing or something like that. You've never been really clear on it. I don't know. I don't want to go. I know it's your podcast.
Yeah.
I don't mean to talk too much about your brother. I was just curious.
No, he films for the football team, and it's for the coaches. So the coaches
okay.
film. So during practices, workouts, games, all of that stuff, he has a camera that he's controlling, so the coaches can go back and watch the film.
Wow.
He's got the good life.
Yeah.
How in the world did he? I wonder how he ever got that worked out. I mean, how did?
So his freshman year was when Pratt was here. He said something to Carter about how if he goes into filming at the high school, he'll probably be able to get a job doing that in college. He kind of set him up. And then when Singleton was his coach his junior or senior year, I think he started contacting colleges.
Oh, yeah.
He knew Brent, which is his boss at OU, I think. They had a connection. And so he contacted him.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
cool. That's a pretty neat deal.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I've never seen that guy anymore since he went off to college. I guess he just comes to family functions.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
He was here this past weekend
Yeah, he was
for
here
his
this weekend.
birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He had his watch there that he just got.
Yeah, he gets some cool stuff.
Get some really cool OU stuff.
Tons of clothes,
Heck yeah.
tons of shoes. And that's because he has to wear it to practices. It has to be Jordan since they're sponsored or whatever by Jordan. So his shoes, shorts, shirts, hats, all of that has to be
Wow.
Jordan.
Heck yeah, man. That's
So
what a
good-
plight. You know
Right.
what I
It's
mean?
Yeah.
a good problem to have, you know. It's a good rule.
yeah.
You guys got to wear this, and we're going to give it to y'all. So,
Yeah. It's stuff you'd probably buy at the store anyway, but wear it.
yeah.
And then
So he's getting the
Um,
hookup.
he gets not national championship, Big 12 champion stuff.
He gets a
Playoff
ring.
stuff. Yeah, the ring should come in spring. He has one from last year. And then he's getting the one from this year. He has a watch from the Orange Bowl last year. Just got a watch
the
from
watch.
the Peach Bowl this year.
Yes.
And this year's is Fossil watch.
Wow.
Yeah, it's jet black. It's got like gold.
It's
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. I was like, I didn't even want to hold it, you know. He handed it to me. I was like, I don't really want to hold this, you know.
That's
But-
crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's weird. You know, Lincoln Riley, I met him at a football camp one time, and very approachable guy, believe it or not. You know what I mean? I mean, at that time, he wasn't the head coach. He became the head coach
Yeah.
that next football season, but
Yeah.
I met him right before. I'm sure he probably already knew, or
Yeah.
he may have known from the moment he was hired, but really nice dude. I mean, that's at that football camp, he sat down. He worked with Carter, my son Carter, throwing the football for, I bet you 10 minutes.
Wow.
Wow.
Literally. Because he saw Carter out there, he's doing his 3-step drop and throw, you know, and all that stuff. And he was like, you know, this kid practiced, you know. So he gets out there, hey, try this. And nice dude. Come over and said, you got him going pretty good, you know, and slapped me on the shoulder or whatever. I was like, wow. This dude, because, you know, I mean, he don't have to do that.
Right.
I mean, he already got my money. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you haven't been back since, and I've been wanting to go.
Well, it's a one-day camp now. It's not cool like it used to be. You know what I mean? It's just-
No, it's 2 days.
I-
It's
is
2
it?
days.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They stopped staying overnight, though. You have to drive both days.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a big turnoff for me, was that, like, used to, like, whenever you got to a certain age, like Gavin, he stayed all night 2 different years. You know what I mean? You go up there and stay all night in this dorm and then get up the next day and have practices. And I went to OU basketball camp one time. And then I went to Connors State basketball camp and stayed all night. That was trippy. That was like my first go around of staying away from my family or whatever.
Really?
Yes, dude. And I was terrified. I was like 11 years old, and these kids were maniacs. You know what I'm saying? Like, lights out was supposed to be at 9, And at 9, okay, lights out. Mm-mm. These dudes are running up and down the hallways. I'm like, I thought it was lights out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Lights are
I
out,
get a
but-
whipping with a belt for being up doing what these dudes are doing. You know what I mean? So I'm like, what are you guys doing? You know, why are y'all out here? And they're like, woo! They're just like going crazy. Like it was something to do at 10 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock at night. So I didn't like it too much. I didn't go back. I was a little too sheltered for that whole life. It was terrifying, dude. Remember, that was the first time I ever saw a kid wearing British Knights, the Ben Kleins.
That's the only shoe I would wear when I was
He
a
had
kid.
the BKs on. I was like, what are BKs? This is before the internet. You know what I'm saying? This is before phones or anything like that. So you would see, like if I went to a mall, anytime I went to a mall, it was shocking. So I was like, what are these pants these people are? What are silver tabs? You know what I mean? I was tripped out by everything because we're old country kids.
British Knights was a very popular shoe
For a little while, yeah.
for a little while. Yeah, when we were kids. And it seems like they were very expensive. I know the ones I wore were pretty expensive. I would only wear the best, okay? And people would be like, what's that button do, man? What's that button do? It's just a little metal looking or gold looking, BK. And it's like, what's that button do? Don't touch it, man. Can't tell you. Got to go buy your own.
Dude, that's like when the pumps came out. I
Yes,
remember
the
that,
pumps.
dude.
I wanted some pumps so bad. I never did.
I
have a
did
pair.
too. Mine never got a pair either. My parents were like $100 for shoes. Nah. I put my hand in this dude's shoe and pumped it up. He's like,
Just
it
to feel
squeezes
it?
your foot. Yeah, I was like, I had to like make a fist, and I remember, I was like, that's so awesome. Then I let the air out of it, and it was not awesome.
Did you know
what
about the pumps?
No.
On the tongue of the
Reebok.
shoe has a little, pump on it. And you just,
So you'd like,
and it would
It looked like
tighten
a
up your foot.
basketball. It looked like
Yeah,
it
it
was like a miniature basketball on the tongue.
Yeah, and you
it
just
would,
press on it,
it would pump.
and it would pump air, and it would squeeze your feet, basically.
And it wasn't like the commercials, like a commercial where they like bend down and go, like two
Right.
pumps, and it's like they take off, boom,
And
dunk
they
a
dunk the ball, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was not like that. It was like a like 45 pumps before you can feel it, you know. And then,
Well-
then they would break.
Yeah.
That's what those kids always said. And
Yeah.
the little pockets would break in them or whatever. But
And I was like, I don't want them if they're junk.
I always wanted them. Then I wanted Jordans real bad.
I never had a pair of Jordans either.
I did. When I was 13 years old. I got the brand new ones. $125. My mom and dad and my aunt went in partners. Okay,
the whole family.
Yeah, they were like $125 for shoes.
That's what you
know?
wanted for what, Christmas or birthday or something?
Birthday.
I always thought that was a good idea. Why not ask the kid what he wants, and if he wants something really expensive, the
Everybody
whole
chip
family
in.
chip in and get that. Instead of getting a bunch of little stuff, That's how I felt about it when I was a kid, anyways.
Well,
of course,
see, I mean, they 100% surprised me because you have to understand my parents didn't do stuff like that. Like I was 13 and I had never been surprised at a birthday. You know what I mean? I was always just like, oh, this is awesome. Thanks for the new pair of Wranglers. You know what I mean?
in socks.
Yeah. And my dad, he was like, what do you want for your birthday? And, they always start like a month in advance. What do you want for your birthday? I was like, I want some Jordans in there. My dad's like, what are the Jordans? And I was like, Michael Jordan's tennis shoes. He's like, oh, okay. So he had my mom check on him,
Did you play basketball?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a little kid. I quit after 7th grade, but
All right, go ahead. So he had your mom check on him.
yeah, and then they came back and he's like, you're not getting the shoes. I was like, why? He was they're $125. I'm not spending that on tennis shoes.
Well, back in the 80s, that's equivalent to about $300.
Yeah. He's like, you're not getting them. I was like, okay. I'm used to this,
Right.
so
it scared
That
me for
scare
a
you?
minute. Yeah.
So it comes to my birthday, and I knew it was a shoebox. I could tell by the size of it, but I thought, oh, man, they give me some spot-built
Ponies.
cleats or something like that. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, open them up. Dude, I was shocked. Tears of joy flowed down my rosy little cheeks.
You cried?
Yes.
Are you kidding
Let me
me?
tell you something. In my life,
How are you going to cry about something like that?
in my life, you know how important shoes are to this day to me? To this day. Okay?
Evidently very important.
Very. Okay. When you grow up like I did, nobody was buying me stuff like your grandma bought you. I didn't have 45 Jeeps to drive around, and one break, I go get another one.
They weren't
There
Jeeps,
was
they were
none of
trucks.
that. Whatever. I didn't have none of that. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
No. So I was just like, I was shocked, dude. But I wore them. They got too small for me after about a year, and I kept wearing them until they felt like they were breaking my toes. Okay, and I was kind of walking out of them. I wish I'd have saved them. They're worth money now.
Really?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. The old Jordans, huh?
Mm-hmm. I remember throwing them away. I was just like,
Well, I have a funny story about Jordans. Scotty had a brand new pair. My cousin / brother, best friend, and we're at a birthday party at Robert's Cave, and we're down there by the creek, and Scotty falls in. Well, he told his mom that I pushed him in because he didn't want to get in trouble. He wasn't trying to get me in trouble. He wasn't ready for...
he was just trying to negate the fact that he got wet.
Right. And he's like, well, Ben, accidentally pushed me or whatever. And, dude, she was not happy with me. Mm-hmm. And I had up until this point, and even up until now, I've never heard her I've never seen her so mad than on that day. And I love her to death.
Did you say I didn't push him in?
Yes, I said it.
And she didn't believe you.
I don't remember exactly what she said, and she didn't say much. It was just, she was a very, quiet type person that was always really nice and stuff, and she got a little mad,
I just saw her.
I mean, in
Saturday.
all honesty, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't like she screamed at me and all that. She just got mad about the whole situation. And, of course, when I'm getting blamed for it, I felt that it was all directed at me, and I feel the heat, and it was not me at all. I wasn't even close to him when he fell in,
Did you laugh when he fell in, though? I would have laughed.
Probably, yeah. Of
Dude,
course I did.
When I was a kid, I
he
would have
didn't
laughed
go
hard.
waist deep. He just
Stepped in
the water, man.
Oh,
and he goes up
man.
there and he's like, and then, like I said, I love her to death.
Think about how big a deal those shoes were then, and it seems silly now. You know what I mean? Because I bought Carter $300 pairs of shoes for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? And
I'm gonna try not to ever do that.
I did it, and I wish I had some. I want to wear them. They don't fit me, and he never wears them because he appreciates the gravity of it. He's
That's
not
why I
wearing
don't
them.
wear them.
Yeah, if it's raining, if it's been raining, he has. I bet he's wore them 2 times.
Since
He
Christmas.
will not wear them. Yeah, and I'm like, dude, you gonna wear those Yeezys today? And he's like, nope. I'm like, really? I was dumb with my shoes. I'd be like, oh, I'm wearing them everywhere I go, Somebody might see me out here fishing. I need to have my shoes on, Well, I don't want anybody to forget about this video, okay? I need to see this video. I don't know how we're going to make this happen.
A video of what?
The mullet.
I got to
The
see
talent
you
show.
singing in the talent show of this.
You just want to make
debacle.
fun of me. That's all you want to do.
I want to see it. I
Yeah.
won't say anything to you. I won't say a word to you. I might laugh when I see you the
There's
next
no
time.
doubt you will laugh. There's no doubt.
I'm laughing
you
and
would
I've
laugh.
never seen it. You know what I'm saying?
terrible.
I can just see little Benny because I've seen enough pictures and I remember whenever you were young.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where, Cason's, he's not too small though. He's not as small as you were though, is he? He's bigger than you at his age.
I think I was bigger than him, actually.
Really?
Yeah, maybe not taller, but I was bigger. I would eat.
Yeah.
I would eat, dude. I would eat anything.
You weighed more.
Yeah, I weighed more, definitely. I would eat. I mean, I
Well,
would eat biscuits and gravy and
Well,
ham
Kason
and
comes by
eggs
honest
and
because Ben was a
bacon
very
and steak
small
and-
kid.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Fish
like when he
and-
was your age, I'm not kidding. He was a very small kid.
Smaller than you.
At 15
Really?
years old,
Yes.
you were way taller than him.
Yes.
You were probably a head taller than him.
I think my driver's license I put, when I turned 16, I think I put 106 and I was 5'6" is what I put on there. And I was lying.
You're like 98 pounds and 5'3".
Probably 5'2", 5'1", maybe.
Wow.
I mean, I got pulled over because they thought I was some 7-year-old kid, stole my, parents'
I remember.
truck and took
I've
off.
told this story 100 times, but I'll tell it again. I've seen him driving through town in his little blue and white Ford, and I would be like, that kid is little. I did not know him at the time. And I knew who he was by name or whatever, but
You didn't know me for years after
no,
that.
not for long. Well, the next time I saw you, I didn't recognize you.
Nobody does.
I'm like, what is this guy? This dude was little bitty last time I saw him. I never thought you'd be over 5'6".
I
You know
was
what I'm
I was starting to wonder myself.
Next thing I know,
That's no
you're
joke.
taller than me. You know what I mean? That was shocking to me.
I'm taller than most people that was in my class. Not all, but most.
That's why when Dustin was like,
And I was
let's go
always
hang
the
out with
shortest.
Ben, you know, and I was like, I haven't seen Ben Klein in a long time. I would see you when we go eat. Remember we make the jokes about we'd see each other when we'd eat.
Yes.
But I hadn't been around you.
And
you
I was
know?
always sitting down.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, oh, we're going to play basketball. Cool. I'm like, all right, I'll take him on my team. I was waiting to be like, no, go over there, dog.
Right. 5'2". Yeah. I was very little.
You still don't weigh but like 180, but you're taller anyways.
Actually, 200. I'm back to 200.
Nope.
I haven't been eating right the last few days.
don't believe
That's why I've got the water, because I'm trying to.
What are you trying to get down to?
I don't really want to get down. I think maybe about 195, 198, somewhere in there. But
really
I
gonna
need to
hash
put
it out
more
over,
muscle on.
like,
I
3
need to
pounds?
lose fat. That I have right here in my midsection.
Why don't you do push-ups or something? I don't know.
Well, that's yeah. I know.
You've been doing any of that?
A little bit. I get to go see my witch doctor tomorrow, and she's going. I have a headache right now, dude. I have a headache every day of my life, every day. But when I go see her, they're less frequent. So I get to go see her tomorrow
doctor.
in Tulsa. Yeah, that's
You
why
need to
told-
tell her you talked about her in your podcast.
she does
He
not.
has several times.
She does
actually.
not want me to tell anybody where she is, who she is, and what she does.
Well, you just mentioned her. So.
She says I didn't say her name.
right,
But right,
she'll
yeah.
know who you're talking
okay, I
about.
see what you're saying. Yeah. She goes no. Like I'm in a group on Facebook that's with people that suffer from the same issues, and
Hypochondria.
right, and so occipital neuralgia. And I'm not even 100% sure that's what it is, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But anyways, the occipital nerve.
I'm gonna look that
It
up
hurts.
while we're sitting here.
Okay. And so I could tell these people in this group about her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I told her. And she goes, don't do it. Don't do it. She goes, because when I like tomorrow when I go see her, I won't be able to see her for 6 months.
Yeah.
I mean, that's her next available
Yeah.
appointment. It's 6 months.
Right.
And it's getting worse,
Yeah.
so maybe tomorrow it may be 7 months now. So she's got people fly in from all over,
Yeah.
celebrities and people from Russia and China.
Yeah.
She was telling people from Russia and China last time. That I'm like,
yeah.
wow, But I'm
But I mean, if it
100%.
works.
It's also known as
Agree.
Arnold's neuralgia.
Right.
So it will forever now. You have Arnold's neuralgia. Don't say occipital neuralgia. If
Arnold-
it has a man's first name as the ailment, why wouldn't you tell people I have Arnold? You know what I'm saying? I have Arnold's neuralgia. It's a lot cooler.
Arnold.
Yeah.
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
He was a
see?
doctor.
Could be
She told me
anybody.
about him. I think he was a doctor. Yes. I don't remember. But anyways, I said, I would love to tell these people. And she stopped. She was writing down. She goes, please don't. I said, I'm not going to because she goes, you want to keep seeing me, right? I was like, yes. And she's like, okay. We kind of laughed about it. But more people like her
Yeah.
need to be available because
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't have you don't have a
She-
benign bone tumor? It can be a cause of this. thing
yeah,
you
I'm
have.
sure. Because I had an MRI not long ago and they said
No
everything's
tumor?
normal.
It's not a tumor.
They said
It's Arnold's neuralgia, but it's
your
not
inflammation
a tumor.
is normal and everything looks normal. I was like, I mean, that's what you go through when you go to these doctors, man. They just want to put you on pills,
Yeah.
and I'm not down with that. I'm like, I want.
I want to tell people I have a headache all
Well,
the
they
time.
gave me injections. They gave me injections right in the back
It's
of my
his
head.
excuse for
For
everything.
real.
Yeah, it's true though.
He
Like,
uses it all the time.
I know.
Oh, I had a headache.
It's
I'm
the
sorry.
reason. It's not the excuse. It's the reason,
Come
Brinley.
on, man.
Don't start ragging on me like he does.
She knows, dude.
Yeah,
She
because
knows.
it's true.
Every time you're like this, Ben, could you please help me pick this up? Can't. My Arnold's neuralgia's acting up. I can't do it.
Listen, I haven't been diagnosed.
Is that rain or the
That's the air.
air?
I haven't been diagnosed with that medically or by a doctor.
Why don't you get diagnosed? What's the thing? What?
I went to the specialist and he said he gave me injections in the back of my head. And he was like, okay, this should work for about 6 months, 3 months to 6 months or something like that. And I was like, okay, well, I don't want to do this every 6 months. Go get injections. I don't want to put anything in my body. Okay, nothing, no pain, no pain medication, nothing. And he told me that. He said, I can tell you don't want to because you've never even been here before and all this. And I was like, yeah, I've been suffering from this for a long time, but I just take it. I just take it. Let's deal with it.
Dude, get a nerve block. That'll help you.
That's what I just said he did. He gave me injections in my head, and it did not help. So anyways, so I call him. I gave it a couple weeks,
Right.
but he said it was going to help within a couple days. So I gave it a couple weeks, and I called him. I was like, hey, it didn't help. And I don't really like even calling doctors because
You don't care.
they don't care.
Yeah.
And he didn't really. He was like, okay, well, I'm going to prescribe you some amitriptyline. And it's a medication you take every single day before you go to bed, or every night before you go to bed. And it causes drowsiness. It makes you just like a zombie all day. I just feel tired all the time.
Yeah.
So anyways, I don't want to talk about my headaches ever again on here.
Well,
I'm
you
just
will.
saying. Yeah, I will, because it's a part of my life that sucks. It's terrible. It's not good. It's not good at all.
I've been trying to get Ben to experiment with medical marijuana to see if it would help him. He won't.
I'm
do
not
it.
above it.
He won't do it.
I'm almost at the point. I know, but when you talk to people that are in the field, they kind of tell you, well, what you're dealing with, it probably won't help.
Right.
Yeah, there's that probably because they don't know.
Who's your coach?
Jara and Katie.
Jara and Katie.
Yeah.
Are they good coaches?
Yeah.
What's their last names? Who are these people?
Jara,
Atkins.
Katie,
Burgess.
Burgess.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Football. His wife. Coach Burgess.
I don't know that coach.
Yeah, I know. Seth Burgess. Yeah,
Yeah.
Don't
Good
know.
dude.
No?
Mm-mm.
he's a good dude.
Good.
That's why you don't know him.
Right. Well, what are you plugging this week?
I'm gonna plug Arnold's Neuralgia for giving me so much entertainment, and
It's actually giving you less entertainment.
It's
'cause
actually
if I
improved
didn't-
my life exponentially because I
if
get
it
to
is
pick
what I
on you.
have, it is the cause of me not being able to have a clear head and me not be able to do certain things. So it's giving you
that's
less
good.
entertainment.
I win
Trust me,
a lot
I'm
more of
way
these
more
arguments.
entertaining when I don't have it.
Well, find a way to not have it.
Yeah.
What the heck? And pursue that.
I'm going to her tomorrow.
We'll see. You'd be like,
I'll be good for
you'd
about
be like,
a
I
month.
went to her and I've got the worst headache.
No.
I've ever
No, actually,
had."
when I go to her, I'm good for about a month. Now, I will still have pain. I'll still have a headache or whatever, periodically and probably every day, but it's kind of dull. But she helps me so much, man. So much. And that's why I can't work out, man, because I get headaches. And so I'm trying to get back into working out. We're fixing to go to Disney World. I don't want to go to
You won't
Disney
be ready.
all fat and sassy.
You won't be
She's-
ready.
You're gonna go tomorrow, and she's gonna go. This is just extreme dehydration.
Yep,
all
there
it-
you
That's
go.
all it is.
You got to drink that and another one ain't happening, Brad.
No way. 1.5.
No way.
By what time? What's your goal?
By midnight?
No, but I can.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I wish people could see his mouth when he does that. It's hilarious. So I want to go. I want to go ahead.
What do you want to plug?
I'm plugging because you disrespected him earlier. I'm going to plug Kings of Leon. They're a really good band. If you haven't heard of them or you don't listen to them, they sing a song called Molly's Chambers. It's a really good song.
I like the song.
And no, you didn't. You said you didn't. You
was
didn't do anything for you.
I was expecting more from it.
Right. And that's what I'm saying is they're a really good band and people that appreciate music and appreciate them. So if you appreciate music, get out there.
Well, they're from Tallahassee, Oklahoma.
No, not originally, but they're from Tennessee, but they have a lot of family down there. Yes, all over down there. For
They're
real.
not from Tallahassee.
Their last name's Follow Will, which is a very well. Okay, they own that that bar that the Dead Weight play in. Not they,
The family.
Their uncle owns it. His
Right.
last name's Follow Will, just like all of them. Their last name's Follow Will. Supposedly very down to earth people, very nice, and they're a good band. I like their music. And
I like Kings of Leon.
No, you don't. No, you don't. So I'm going to shout out to them because you don't like them, and I do like them. And
Do you like Kings of Leon?
Yeah, I like some of
Good.
your songs.
yes, man. You know what I'm saying?
Who are you listening to
they're
besides
probably-
the records? Who are some
What are
good
you
bands you're
listening
listening to?
Right now,
Yeah.
it depends on my mood, honestly. If it's like a calm day, I'll listen to the Avett Brothers.
It's a good one.
Yeah. If it's like
Never heard of them.
no.
Yeah, I have.
No, you
I went to
haven't.
their concert for my birthday
I
last
know.
year.
I
Yeah.
know.
Cool.
That's how I've
Yeah,
heard
it was
about 'em.
awesome.
That's how you heard of them.
It could not have been awesome, but go ahead.
It was. I like 80s. I like 70s if I'm.
Well, when you say 80s, who do you like? I didn't know this. I didn't know you liked
Really?
80s. No, I had no clue.
What? No, that's like all I usually listen to.
Like what?
Like, let's see, I like Prince.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I like Hall & Oates.
Okay.
Hall &
yeah.
Oates is good.
They've got some good
Yeah,
stuff.
They do.
And they got some bad stuff, but they got some good stuff.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
Do you listen to any
Huey
Madonna?
Lewis and the News.
Yeah, some Madonna. Some.
Madonna was huge in the 80s. I
Yeah.
mean, her 80s stuff is
Yeah.
top notch.
Stuff-
Huey
Lord have
Lewis and
mercy.
the
Yeah,
News?
I like some of theirs.
Awesome. What about some Billy Idol?
Yeah. Yeah.
What about some Billy Ocean?
I don't really listen to a lot of him, no.
What?
He has 2 songs, literally.
That's true. What? Get out of my car. Yeah, get out of my
Yeah.
dreams. Get into my car and Loverboy.
Yeah.
What about some Billy Squire?
No.
I don't appreciate that.
I only like one song by Billy Squire.
What? He's
Yeah.
got a ton of good stuff.
No, I don't really like. I've tried to listen to him. A little bit.
Get out of my life, man. See, and when you say stuff like that, is when I
See, I think it's hilarious that you
like this
like
thing that
Billy
you posted
Squire.
on
What?
Facebook the other day. This song, whatever. I went and listened to it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is terrible."
Right.
It was terrible.
Yeah, you got to know a little about music. You know, it takes a little bit of knowledge.
Do you listen to the 80s country?
No.
Okay,
That's
so,
a shame.
So I'm trying to think of some good 80s.
My-
I mean, I know it all. I know it
My
all.
dad
I'm a human
also-
jukebox.
He's trained me to listen to like rock. I really like rock. Foo
Like-
Fighters, Pearl Jam,
Okay,
Nirvana.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing not to like about any of that stuff.
You don't even
I
like
can
it.
see why somebody wouldn't like Madonna
Right.
or, maybe some Billy Ocean or whatever. I
Yeah.
can't see why anybody would not like Billy Squire. He was like,
Oh boy, you're about to show some definite things about yourself. Go ahead.
He's
How
very-
awesome is Billy Squire?
he was very good.
We're gonna get some hate mail over this, some hate comments.
I
over
hope
this.
you do.
Not from me. It'll be from other people. Believe me, I'm
To
not the
you.
only one that thinks Billy Squire had one song. One.
Okay, have you listened to any of the Cars?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bad Company,
Bad Company's all right.
Yeah.
Leonard Skinner,
Yeah.
the Eagles.
Yes.
All right.
On my
You're doing-
keychain, I have a
you're doing
Hotel
good.
California hotel.
Well, that's
little
cool.
tag
The
thing.
Eagles, man.
Yeah.
Very good. What about some Cyndi Lauper?
Yeah. Some of hers. Not all of hers.
Three songs. She has 3.
Yeah, but still, very important songs,
Yeah.
very important. Joan Jett?
Some of hers. Yeah.
Are you just got an app that you're listening to all these on?
Spotify.
Spotify, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I have a Stranger Things playlist. I have a High School Musical playlist. Got 80s, 90s, 70s, road trip, all that stuff.
what do you like in the 70s?
Oh, all types of stuff. I don't know. It's just cool music.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in the 70s. To me, like country, rock, Disco. I even like disco stuff all the way down. All that 70s stuff is cool.
I agree.
I like disco, man. You didn't know I like disco, did you?
You don't seem like the type of guy that likes.
I don't
disco.
dance to it, but I like to listen to it.
Oh, it's kind of like I like classical, and you would never think I would like classical music.
It's awesome.
I'd
voice
rather
crack.
listen to 80s music than the music all my friends listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just better. Everything about it. It's a lot of it, tells a story, and now it's just like.
Oh, the
good.
stuff that Gavin and Carter listen to is lame. It's terrible. Every now and then, Gavin will come across some old stuff that I kind of like what you're talking about with your dad that I showed him. I'm like, oh, okay, now we're getting into it. Next thing I know, it's some ridiculous rap or
I'm
something.
going to share my 80s playlist with you on Spotify so you can
Oh, no.
listen to some of this stuff.
Oh, no, you like a lot of that stuff that he likes. Never mind. You'll be all right.
There's some good stuff on there, man. There's some good stuff. I kinda
See,
like
I'm a one song on repeat guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll find one song that I'm liking right now, and I'll just listen to it over and over and over. Always been that way. I don't know why.
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh yeah, we should have been back in the cassette days, where I'm like, stop, play,
I was
like you were
there.
talking about earlier. No,
I
back
was
it
there
up.
in the cassette days.
Terrible.
In fact, right in my office right now, not in this office, but in my office at home, I have a huge box of my cassettes. Huge box. And there are some blank ones, all right, that I have talked on. And yes, I used to do this stuff right here all the time when I was a kid. This is nothing new, even though it feels like it's new because I fumble my words every
We
time I
just
get
need
on,
to
and I don't do a
have-
very good job at this. But
We need to have a day where you show us all of the old
my
stuff.
gosh.
All of it.
Definitely, a whole podcast
Yep.
dedicated to old Benny, young Benny.
I'd have to get some more of my videos.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say I have to get like drunk or something in order to be.
I
able
might have to
show
do
it.
that too, man. Some of my stuff, I don't know. Like the other day, I was watching an old video, and I'm recording everybody that's coming in the house at Thanksgiving, right? So people are coming in, and I'm interviewing them, like, how was your day or whatever. I forget what I said, but what's going on? What are you here for?
What are you thankful
I
for?
always like to play games. I always like to do plays. We would always, Talina and I and all the other kids in the neighborhood, we would put on a play like every holiday. And we would practice like other people do, like plays. Like we
Right.
would practice, not just that day, put on a play. We would actually practice for a very long time, for like weeks, maybe even a month or two beforehand.
Wow.
Yeah, we would do that stuff. Nobody knows that stuff except for the kids in the block on the block, and it was all recorded. All this stuff is videoed.
Yeah.
So I'm videoing. My aunts and my uncle comes in, Rodney and Catherine, and I'm being a typical 10 or 11-year-old kid, and I realized when I'm watching this stuff, I realized how annoying I was. And Rodney and Catherine, I think they were still in high school, or they were right out of high school. I can't remember. But they were young, so they really didn't like kids. You know what I mean? I mean, not Rodney and Catherine. I'm just saying the typical,
Right.
I got on their nerves, I'm sure.
They're
And
like,
I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Put the
I wanna,
camera away.
Right. I want to apologize to everybody. You know what I mean? I'll go back to all the people that, came to my granny's house and my aunts and uncles and all that. And I want to apologize. I'm going to straight up just say, you know what? I'm sorry. Because I was just too much. I want to plug the Parkinson's run coming up.
Yeah.
That's what I want to plug. There's a Parkinson's run coming up in April. I think
Yeah.
April 26th, I believe.
April
And
26th.
it's slowly but surely gaining. It seems like it's getting more people. And this year it's going to be on a Sunday because there's always a run in McAllister that day.
yeah.
So people are like, oh, they're torn. They don't want to.
Yeah.
So this year it's going to be on a Sunday, so everyone can attend. It's a great deal. It's for a good cause. And my father-in-law has Parkinson's, her grandpa. So it takes stuff like this. It's like people that get diagnosed with something. Well, all of a sudden they're like,
Well, yeah, if you're going through it, it's obviously going to be more personal than if
Right.
you're not. I mean,
Yeah.
right. And so
kind
we're
of
just
like you
trying to
with Arnold's nostalgia or whatever
right.
you got.
Well,
That's one of the funniest things I've ever said.
It is. Because you didn't mean to. You did not mean to say nostalgia.
That's epic, dude.
All right, so Parkinson's Run, April 26th. It's on a Sunday, so all you runners out there and non-runners, because you
Yeah.
can also walk.
Yeah.
There's also like a 1 mile walk.
Yeah.
And so if you don't want to run, you don't have to.
I'll be working that day. I just don't want to run. Can I walk?
Yeah.
Can it be a Parkinson's walk?
I literally just said that.
Oh, I wasn't listening
And
to
you
you.
have headphones on. You're listening to what I say.
I wasn't listening to what you said.
Obviously. But yes, you should come. It's actually it's awesome.
Yeah.
Do I get a number on my back?
Yes.
Oh, well, if you do the run.
What if I walk?
I think you get one. You get a shirt.
Really?
Oh, yeah, okay.
They got any 3Xs out there?
Probably.
Oh, gosh. We'll have to put 2 larges together.
It doesn't work. I've
3
tried it.
larges. Oh. But I'll bring more details. We'll have more details in the
I don't
coming
appreciate being disenfranchised, so I hope as the event comes closer, you can find some shirts that fit bigger folks. You know what I'm saying?
You guys can do a podcast there.
Hey, we could do the run and podcast while we run. I'm not running. I'll walk. But
Well, I have always driven the golf cart. So we could do that.
You're not going to run? You don't run?
No. No, I drive the golf cart.
Behind everybody.
Yeah. Because
He follows.
there's people that, need
Yeah.
help sometimes. They're like,
Have you had to take people back?
I need a
Yes.
ride. Well, I don't take them back. I just keep following, but they get on and we just talk and have a good conversation. It's actually awesome.
Well, if I'm on there, there's going to be less room for runners, though. Might be a bad thing.
Well, I haven't really had to pick up many rides.
I was riding my bicycle or
and
something.
it's got a
Your
back.
bicycle.
Yeah, I've got a bicycle. Believe it or not, it's a big bicycle.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody ride a bicycle on a run, but that would be hilarious.
I'll ride behind.
I think you
The
and
golf
I
cart.
should ride.
A tandem
tandem.
bicycle.
Where's one at?
I don't know. We'll find one.
There's one welded in the fence at that lawnmower shop on Main. I saw it the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I thought, why would you ruin a tandem bicycle by welding it in the fence? It's terrible.
Well, it probably needed some parts, and they were like, "Yeah, this ain't worth it." I don't know.
Terrible. I want to ride one. I've never rode one before. But I do not want to ride the back one where you can't steer. I want to be able to control where we're going. I don't want to just do all the work.
This episode is brought to you by Blackline Insurance Group. Visit blacklineinsurancegroup.com or send me a message if you need any help with insurance, any quotes, got any questions,
End of life.
anything. Yeah, final expense insurance, term
I still haven't
insurance, life
switched over.
insurance. No, you still haven't switched over, and
I've been real busy, man.
you still haven't switched over, and I've done a quote for you. I did a quote, so we did
Yeah, you
take
did.
the first step.
I just haven't
I
pulled
put
the
it in your
trigger yet.
hands, man.
I'm
And you
trying.
asked me, you got me done, and I did. I had you done.
I know. I was trying to hard time you, and you were
No,
on top
I
of it.
get it. I totally get it. I don't. When I give a quote, I don't expect.
Oh
to
no, you
switch
want that
right
money?
then.
I got you. I got you, man.
No,
Don't worry about
that's
it.
not how I do things.
Oh,
I just want to help you.
oh, I know. Appreciate it.
Screenshot. If you're listening to us or watching us, screenshot the app that you're listening on, or take a picture of your radio that shows our. Let us know where you're listening from. Get more involved. Get engaged. We have a Facebook group. I Don't Drink Coffee Podcast. It's
Tell
an
people about
excellent
it.
group. Tell people about it. Add people to it. We've got 2,300 members, I think, at this point in time, somewhere in there.
2,307 last I saw.
And I'm aiming for 5,000. If we get 5,000, we are giving away stuff.
Oh yeah, we're going to be coming up with a merch line too. That's in the works. We were talking about that earlier, and it's true. I'm wanting to get some stuff going.
Yeah,
I'm going to wear it, and I'm not kidding.
I will wear it too.
No, you won't. You will not.
Are you high?
We'll see. I'll
Oh,
see you in
well,
public. I'll
absolutely.
be like, sweet hat with the fox on the front.
I think we need to get like some kind of shirts, like a shirt with my face on it, and you put like, this is my co-host, and I get one that has your face on it. It says,
Oh
this
my
is my
God.
co-host or
That's
my
actually funny.
co-host or something like that. Yeah, something funny, something goofy that you and I can wear like at a game or whatever. And when we're sitting next to each other, you can look at the back of the shirts and see,
Now,
Or if you get lost at a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's
have
my
you seen this
co-host?
person?
Have you seen this guy?
Have you seen my co-host? That's what
Yeah.
you.
On the back, we need
Something
to have,
like that.
ask me about my podcast.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, I want to get a hat that has IDDCP on it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get one. I've got like this vision of block letters in my mind.
Really?
That I want to realize. Yeah.
Well, we got to make this happen then. I mean,
I agree 100%. But we can't even buy mic jacks. You know what I'm saying? We can't remember to do that.
well, we will.
We're bad at this side of it. You know what I'm saying? We're good at talking, bad at businessing.
But at the back end of it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like I said, just screenshot. You know,
Uh-oh.
take a picture, mention us, comment, go to our YouTube page. We have a YouTube page. LJ has a YouTube page, but he didn't plug that today, so we're not plugging it today.
I'm
Go to our
always-
YouTube page. Every video or every podcast is videoed. Every single one of them.
I like the videos better than the just listening.
A lot of people do. A lot of people do.
Yeah.
But we're also available on a lot of major platforms like Spotify.
Evidently, we're finding more all the time.
We
than
are
you
finding more all the time. You just Google our. It's crazy, you know, and I'm
weird.
really excited about it. But we want to know where you're listening from.
Don't forget to check out Arnold's Nostalgia.
Arnold's Nostalgia. Please. Tell me how to fix this. Tell me how to fix it. I just want it to be fixed so I can get back to a normal life.
Well, I'm ready too.
All right.
All right. Well, have yourself a great day.
Thanks for joining us. Love your body.
Thanks.
Bye, Brinley.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you too.